with them.
So, the friendly confines of Crusader Stadium. It is Week 10. The McPherson Bullpups. Hi, and welcome inside the Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Aaron West alongside Chris Shank and Matt Atherton for our broadcast tonight. Streaming online and devices at the best prices. Well, a matchup, Christopher, that really needs no hype tonight. These two teams that played to a 2-point difference 2 weeks ago. And
a court against McPherson. There's no necessary juice extra. I mean, it's one of those things people are going to be fired up, ready to go. And, man, how exciting is it to get to play these guys in the playoffs? Like you said, the winner advances, the loser gets ready for basketball.
Yeah, certainly. We'll keep you updated on the other side of the bracket with Abilene and Andover Central. Last week, they opened the playoffs with a dominating 62-7 of that came on one play. And so a dominant night for the Black Knights on defense. They also turned out 416 yards of offense on the ground and through the air. It was a good night all around, a great win for the Crusaders. And we continue to see the progression of this offense too, and hopefully that will continue into tonight.
Yeah, I think that it has to, right? For Buhler to be successful today, they've given Jeffrey a little more flexibility to read what's happening at the line and make some adjustments up there. And I think you get to a place where you just I'm as excited for a high school football game as I've been in a while. I think these guys are going to do a great job tonight.
It was a good win last week, and these two teams matching up again tonight on the injury front. Brendan Skripsik, a defensive end, had to have 7 screws and a metal plate put into his hand this week. He's all casted up and will not play tonight. And so our small defensive line gets even smaller. Is good to have Chase Gentry back. He'll be back in that starting lineup, and he's really battled through some sickness and some injuries this year. But Hageman's the big guy at 210. Then they go 140, 135, 135. So we're going to use speed to win, hopefully, on that line of scrimmage tonight.
Well, the good news, I would take speed over size 6 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, that seems to be the trend of the way that football is going. Those smaller, quicker guys up front. And Buhler, of course, has had that formula for a long time, but hopefully they can get it done. I think especially as you get deeper into the playoffs, fair to say game is won in the trenches.
Oh, yeah, no, whoever wins the line of scrimmage tonight will be the team that is walking in to get to play next week.
I mean, really hard to say who won that line of scrimmage, Matt, in the first meeting between these two. I thought it was a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you. I think the thing to remember, McPherson also has a small defensive front. They play small and quick like Buhler does. I think really because of that, because of how both of those defensive fronts play, Chris, I'm interested in your take on this as an old coach yourself. I think it makes what the linebackers do that much more important. You have to be able to be sure tacklers in the middle of the field, force teams to the outside. And Buehler's been really good at that. That linebacking group, which really rotates in about 5 or 6 guys throughout the course of the night. They have become such good tacklers that I think it usually bodes really well for the Crusaders. They're able to do it without blitzing. We talk about it all the time because of what those linebackers can do.
Yeah, you talk about in a well-run defense, the people that should be leading the team in tackles is going to be your linebackers. If on paper, if you're seeing safeties leading the team in tackles, you got problems. But no, you talk about it just, the guys, Gasway, Gentry, Hainan, they bring in Miller, some there on the linebacking core as well. They've done really just a good job of playing sideline to sideline. And, you talked about the size. Mac's D-line is very similar in size to ours. And I really feel like all those years that McPherson has beat us, it's been because of their D-line. Now, one thing that makes this McPherson D-line different than some of those others, they don't have that giant behemoth that they've had over the years.
There's no Stuffle Beam in the middle of it.
There's no Stuffle Beam. Yeah. And I think about, and I can't ever think of the other young man's name that went to go play at Butler. They had that giant kid that moved in from like North Carolina or whatever. They've had just these big physical guys. And when Stuffle Beam was making tackles, when I was at the K-State game on Saturday, nothing against these 4 that are up there for McPherson, but I don't foresee any of them starting on the K-State line anytime soon.
Well, it's certainly a different thing, right? Like it's apples to oranges. That said, this defensive line for McPherson, is very capable tacklers.
Yes.
And so it's going to be imperative for the offensive line to do, I think, a better job tonight. I was talking with the coaches ahead of the game. I think if they can get 75 yards between the tackles, you'd feel pretty good about that tonight.
Well, I asked some of the kids this week just who is the hardest hitter on the team? Who do you not want to get hit by? And to a man, they said Braden Gentry, the Mike linebacker, is just a load. Both he and Hanen could go over 100 tackles apiece here tonight. It's Buhner and McPherson round 2. Crusaders come in at 7-2. The Bullpups at 6-3. McPherson won in the regular season meeting in Wichita, 28-26. This will be the third all-time meeting in the playoffs tonight. And although McPherson is 2-0 in those games, both decided by a single score. And we expect probably a close one here again tonight. More
of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro for every mile of life. Next, we'll relive this day in Crusader history. 95.9 HKFM.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for events and new Crusader apparel arriving at our centers.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. Ad Astra Radio is a proud Buhler Booster.
Time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning looks, shop at 205 South Main in Hutchinson for sweet treats and fun last-minute gifts. We also offer daily lunch specials, sandwiches, salads, and fresh baked bread. Call us at 888-YUM.
The name Johnson Sheet Metal does not sound like a heating and air conditioning company, but Johnson Sheet Metal has been taking care of your comfort needs for other makes and models as well. Today, we are still servicing and installing heating and air conditioning systems in Hutchinson and Reno County. Give Johnson Sheet Metal a call today at 620-662-0224.
With U.S. Cellular, it's just $19.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines. So you don't need that robot daughter you built. Native $19.99 per line. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Visit your U.S. Cellular authorized agent with locations in McPherson and Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, welcome back here to Crusader Stadium tonight to the Buhler Crusaders and the McPherson Bullpups coming up here, and time for our This Day in Crusader history. And we'll take you back to Adden. 33 attempts through for 198 yards. Dalton Smyers had 2 INTs in that game as well. And you say, Aaron, why do you pick a losing game? Well, unfortunately, November the 3rd has not been kind to this team. They're just 2-8. All time. We're looking to, and 23rd meeting all time against the Bullpups. McPherson leads the series back to 1981. McPherson 10-4 in the Warner era, and of course those 2 playoff wins are part of the one that counts.
Yep.
And that being the final score. They really dominated the second half of the game. Really, about late second quarter on, dominated the game, and literally, I can think of.
Let us at the half last time. For us to come out and pitch a shutout in the second half really showed the guys' ability to buckle down and get after it.
Yeah, and can't say enough, too, Matthew, about getting off to a good start. You'll hear Coach talk about that a lot. But throwing that INT just a couple of plays into the game really got Buhler behind early, dug into a 14-0 hole, had to work their way out of that. So coming out to being ready to go, being focused.
The resiliency of the Crusader team to get down big, to not hang their heads. I thought that the defensive adjustments that Coach Coles made at halftime proved really invaluable and were a super. And they know some different adjustments and wrinkles they can throw at this evening.
Of course, it was a historic night passing the ball. Jeff Neal sets a school record, 297 yards. Owen Fetch for McPherson. I heard Matt allude to it in the outset of our broadcast tonight that they are going to mix in a little bit more option, give Jeff the ability outside in space, see if they can't get that running game going.
Where the ball goes. And so if they, and Buhler has done a good job. Neal has gotten so much better at running the option. You think about couple of years ago when he first then allows people to pursue the pitchman, and he really does a good job of making sure that the defenders commit to tackling him to get it out to the edge.
Certainly both. I don't think you have to hit him, but just pressure him and force him to have to throw early. He's not a big scrambling quarterback, so just getting him off of his
sense, and based on some conversations we've had with McPherson people, that Fetch was a kid that would make a hastily know that if Bueller can, to your point, Bueller does not have to put him on the turf a ton, but they've got to make him they've got to make his feet happy, right? That's the term we always use. The quarterback's got happy feet if he's trying to move around and he's not able to step into his throws. Now, the way that they are going to attack that is they're going to use that little bubble screen. Chris, you remember they used it over and over.
Pre-game conversation with Coach Warner next here on HKFM.
Midway Motors drive to the game. Stay tuned for tonight's kickoff conditions. And Aaron West sits down for a pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner. 95.9 HKFM. The Bueller Crusaders play here.
The quarterback counts on his O-line for protection in the pocket. In Hutchinson, you can count on me, Farm Bureau agent Steve Curtin, to protect your family's blind side no matter what life throws at you. I'm here to handle all your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Don't scramble around working with multiple insurance companies. Talk to Farm Bureau agent Steve Curtin today and see how I can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company.
Have a smile you want. Come and see us today. We have time for you. Open Friday and Saturday.
Hi, I'm Dr. J. You can have the healthy, beautiful smile you deserve. Come see me today
And welcome back for every football team this time of year as you get prepared for a big game.
The last game of the year, that just sounds awful, but our kids are ready. They're going to play hard. They're going to give everything they have.
Not that they need any extra motivation, right, against their
ball. Have long, sustained drives and be aggressive, be physical on offense. And it's a beautiful night for football. It should be a lot of fun, and I know there's going to be a great crowd, and just we're going to have to stay within ourselves as we have all that adrenaline flowing and not be too emotional. And without a doubt, we don't want to have personal fouls because that's
previous two were decided by a score. 2 weeks ago, decided by 2 points. So I can't think of any reason. I mean, certainly you want to go out there and dominate and win a lopsided game and get your young kids in. And I mean,
and make the plays. And we did that as we tried to come back to beat them, a week or 2 weeks ago. So we stayed calm, and I'm proud of our kids for that. Our coaches stayed calm, and I just love the maturity of this team, and hopefully we get the big W and we can move on.
I know you want to find ways to get your ground game going a little better than against them the first time Ben was kind of held in check. But is it big confidence for you knowing that your quarterback and your receivers have been playing so well here?
Both. We want to get him the ball, but we also want to be able to throw some. Jeffrey's running really well. So on the speed option that we did against him, we definitely played and giving Jeffrey a little bit more freedom to audible tonight. So I think that's going to help us because there were times when I'd call a running play and they'd load the box and then we still run a bad situation.
Both defenses certainly will be on center stage as well tonight, and it could be the plays, maybe a turnover.
Taking care of the football is huge. You don't want to have a lot of turnovers. You don't want to have any turnovers. And
right, well, get off to that good start tonight, right? And
that's the plan. We want to get off to a good start.
And we'll see how it goes. Can't wait for it, Coach. Thanks for your time as always, and best of luck.
Thank you.
It's Coach Steve Warner with us on our pregame. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Midway Motors Drive to the Game continues after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Crusader athletics at adastraradio.com. Bueller Crusader Football on 95.9 HKFM.
In between, they have an assortment of sandwiches, salads, soups, baked goods, specialty coffees, and desserts. Open 7 days. Find them online at Heston Bakery and Cafe.
My business here, raised my family here, and chose to make it my home. I want to do my part to help Hutchinson. That's why I'm asking for your vote on November 7th.
Paid for by Scott Meggers for Hutch City Council. Laura Meyer-Dick, Treasurer.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. With classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Crusader Football on HKFM.
Well, Crusader Football brought to you in part by the Sports Network tonight, and we'll keep you updated in other action. On the Mueller Dental Care scoreboard, you can find live streaming and schedules at adastraradio.com or download our free Ad Astra Radio app. Busy night in the 4A West. Top game will meet the winner of Abilene and Andover Central coming up next Friday.
Indeed, in full evening, 63 on the field, not really a breeze, so wind not going to be an issue. It is spectacular.
On the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, Chris gives you his 3 keys to victory. Midway Motors, for every mile of life. The Bueller Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Preferred internet provider of the Bueller Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. Customer, go to ideatech.com and click on check availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our
account. We've helped generations of families buy their first home, finance their vehicles, and plan for the future. If you're looking for more from your bank, we invite you to see the People's Difference. People's Bank and Trust. Relationships matter. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Crusader Football on HKFM.
Well, just a few seconds away here from the coin toss. Just scenario-wise, if Bueller wins tonight, so Abilene, Andover Central ought to be a very interesting matchup on the other side. Field is co-captains are meeting at the 50, and we'll find out who's going to get the ball first on offense.
Okay, guys, control yourselves and your teammates, and we'll have a great game. Tails, we're going to let it hit the turf.
Well, guys, McPherson won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half, so Bueller will receive. McPherson will defend the north goal.
All right, and Chris, let's talk about some keys to the game.
Okay, 3 big keys tonight. Number 3 down there, PATs tonight. It's going to be in great shape. Number 2, defending the pass. Last time we played these guys, we gave up a season-high 269 passing yards down through the air. I think that's a great thing. And then number 1, last time we played him, rushing yards tonight, and that's going to start by blocking that good linebacking core led by Tegan Hayes.
All right, the 4-3 Black Knight defense will be on the field first. No Brennan Skripsig, a defensive end tonight. In the secondary, Brady Gotti, Jeremy Gentry, Tavian Gilliam, and Mitchell McDaniel. This defense pulling up. And tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Heartland Wealth Strategies, located inside Heartland Credit Union at 29th and Main and Hutch. Contact Monty Cross at 669-0177. The Bueller offense with Jeff Neal, the senior quarterback. 55% completion rate, 1 over 1,000. Headed toward the south end zone. And Hoover will punch it out. And Bueller will start on offense at the 20-yard line. Receivers, Tavian and Gill. These two teams met. Up front, Austin Savoy, Bodie Tops with the maroon numerals. All white unis. Pants and Tops, red numerals for McPherson. 1st and 10 from the game.
Great to see them run Gentry right up the gut.
Well, Braden Gentry has been fantastic on the 2nd down, and they'll keep it in the hands of Jeff Neal. Not much there. Tackled out. Could start at tailback. He's that talented of a football player.
He's that big and that hard of a run.
He'll go out of the eye on the 3rd down. First National Bank first down along the Bueller sideline.
Catch by Gilliam as he was bracketed into a tiny
4-2-5 defense. Small up front, but very aggressive. Linebackers are very talented. Here's the side. It's caught by Paisano across the 40, and he picks up about 9.
Draped. Corey Mueller was draped all over him, and he fought for some extra yards to pick up a
defensive holding call.
2nd down and 1. Jeff out of the gun, trips left. And Jeff's really seen this year, but just a quick pass over the middle. Paisano.
No doubt. Yeah, they faked the action to the left. The linebackers bit on it. Paisano had a big gaping hole.
Out of the gun. Klaus on his right hip. They're going to pitch it to the right side. Ben getting up the sideline. Breaks out of an initial tackle. and does a nice job of squirting.
Accustomed to, guys, is running the pass to set up the run, and that's exactly what this drive is feeling like. They're doing a great job of mixing in the quick hitting passes to really help open up stuff underneath on the run game.
Crusaders going left to right here in their opening drive. Right side hash mark of the 40-yard line of the option around the left side, and picks up 2 yards forward progress to the 38, and looking at about 3rd and 2.
Down here for McPherson, and this early in the game, this point in the field, we might be in 4-down territory already, gentlemen.
McPherson's defense holding opponents to, and he's going to be tackled for a loss back at the 40-yard line. And that's going to set up a 4th down and 4 in decision.
Klaus to the edge, but he wasn't quite able to. And after the loss of yardage, Bueller's going to try to pin him deep.
So they'll bring the punt team on. Jeff Neal is going to come on to kick away. Jeffrey averaging about 37.6 yards a kick this year, 5 inside the 20. Kick here by Jeffrey, well, not so much. Short, near side, and out of bounds at about the 30.
Yeah, I think he was trying to coffin corner it, but just got away from him that time, kind of went up the elevator shaft, and Bueller doesn't gain a lot on that punt, so now the defense is going to have to come out, try to reestablish things momentum-wise for Bueller.
Well, McPherson will come out in their spread offense with senior quarterback Owen Fetch, Isaac Barnett, Carlos German, who rotate in the backfield, Hoover, Mueller, Weedle, the 31 on the carry by the junior Carlos German.
Nice job by Braden Gentry just closing the gap in a hurry.
Yard line. Their first possession with Fetch out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. And they'll put a receiver across the formation left to right in motion. Fetch gets it out in a hurry. Over on the far side, it is caught. And that is Corey Mueller, the big senior. Call it a full yard, 3rd and 1 coming up for the Pups.
Yeah, those quick passes out to the flats is something that Bueller got burned on last time. In the first game, it was
25 to play, no score, opening quarter. And they'll snap it on a 3rd and 1 and get it down.
Great job by the Black Knights just surrounding him, stopping him for the loss, and McPherson will be forced to punt away on their first possession as well.
Loss of a yard by German on the play. And McPherson, like Bueller, set up to punt it away on 4th down. Hoover's got a fantastic leg and tackled shy of the 30. They'll mark him down at the 28. Make it the 29, so Bueller nets about 9 yards from their first starting field position on their first drive.
Yeah, good special teams tackle made there by the senior for McPherson, Joey Miller. So both teams.
Ball at the 38, 1st and 10, no score. Bueller back on the field offensively. Far side and gets across the 30 and up to the 32-yard line.
Well, we really struggled running the ball in the interior against McPherson the first go-round. We're doing a concerted effort tonight to try to put it in Gentry's hand.
Keeps you in 3rd and manageable all night long.
Picks up 5 to the 33. Defender comes across the line, but was he... Did he go first or was he baited?
I think Chase Kane, yep.
There was a really, really decent chance they might catch Goins leaning just a little bit, but was able to stay over his toes just enough.
Ends up being a 5-yard penalty on McPherson, so it'll be, and the sophomore falls forward up to about the 43-yard line. Ben Klaus, who's had a great year, comes in averaging almost 6 yards.
Front. He didn't have many runs even of that caliber. They were doing a great job of running him down from behind. So 4 or 5-yard pickups for Klaus will take it.
2 wings, extra blockers with Jeff out of the gun. Klaus to his right on 1st and 10. They're going to pitch it to one of the wings.
So that'll count as a passing play for Bueller, as it was a forward pass, but McPherson got so much penetration by that front 4 that there wasn't any lane for Gasaway to run in.
Ball pushed back to the 42, where it'll be second and 11 out of the I formation. Jeff, he pitches it late to Klaus, makes a great decision, far side of quarterback to the tailback, and it's a First National Bank first down.
Well, Matt, you had a better view of it than I did, but that was a very unique.
A little Mahomesian pass out there.
All right, 1st and 10 back into McPherson territory. They go spread, 3 receivers right on 1st down with Klaus to the right of his quarterback. And Jeff is going to keep it. And Matt right at the line of scrimmage.
I like that adverb you came up there with, Matt. Mahomesian.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about using that after the game on this last weekend.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you say? Even a blind mice down to 4:07 to go in this quarter. Still nothing. They stay out of the gun, and they'll put Goins in motion. 4 wide receiver look. Jeff to pass, wants to throw, has his tight end over the middle. First down across the 30 and up to the 25-yard line. Another First National Bank first down for the Crusaders.
Great toss right over the middle. I mean, Goins was so wide open that you almost are worried that they might drop it, but it's a great job by Goins hauling it in for the first down, and Bueller is the deepest in the MAC territory they've been.
Ty Goins now over 130 yards on the season. Spread 1st and 10 nearing the red zone. 4 wide receiver look again. This time they'll hand it off to Klaus running inside, trying to sneak underneath a would-be tackler. Just does get across the 25.
For that, you can see, even from up here, Matt, I could tell there's a few words being exchanged from the boys in white. But Klaus, like I said, he's just got to keep chugging away, and he's going to have a good night tonight.
2nd and 9 with the gain of 1. Take it to Klaus. Another RPO. Jeff's going to tuck it in. Thought about throwing it. Decided to tuck it in. Gets another, we'll call it no gain, back at the 24.
Looking.
I think they were trying to set up the little bubble screen that McPherson.
4 wide receivers, trips left on 3rd down. Klaus to the right of the air on the far side. McPherson will force the first turnover of the night.
Then you're just allowing defenders to make a play on it. The ball got tipped up into the air. There was a couple pups around.
Catch it, make sure nobody else does.
Bingo.
So Mack will have it back. No score here at Tyson. Come up empty. Fetch out of the gun. Claps the hands together on 1st down. Pressure. Throw over.
Went straight man across the board that time. Great job by Gotti taking away that inside position.
Yeah, I will tell you, I think that ball, to your point from earlier, Aaron, Fetch's feet were moving a little bit. That was very fortunate for Bueller, because I think if that throws on the money, it would have been really, really tough to catch him.
All right, 2nd down and 10. McPherson goes with trips. Fetch, the senior quarterback, an empty backfield set. So 5 wide receivers here on 2nd and 10. It's going to be some single coverage out there. Fetch is going to keep it. You don't see him run a ton, but the quarterback run, and he has a first down. And the deepest down the field the pumps have been so far tonight as they get across the 40 to the 41 on that run to the left side.
Have some space, and Fetch, like you said, not a guy that's made a lot of plays this year with his feet, but did a great job scrambling to get the first down.
It's 19 yards there and gets the gun, still empty backfield set. They're going to run it with him again, but it doesn't work.
Great job. Once they saw Fetch was keeping it, that was Jacob Miller who led the team.
No way. Good stuff from Miller. It'll be 2nd down and long. First quarter. Fetch to throw. Pressure off the edge. Steps up in the pocket. He's pursued and brought down for a sack. The Crusader Black Knight defense comes up big again.
Lucas Anderson in on the stop in the middle to drop him for the loss.
This is where McPherson was secondary can hold up here.
3rd down from the 36. The first down marker is at the 3rd and long. Going to throw one-on-one up the field, and it's batted away and incomplete at the Crusader 40.
Stared him down. Great job by McDaniel going step for step and tap the ball harmlessly away.
Easy no call for the official.
McPherson to punt it away. Both teams have now possessed the ball to go. Well pursued by McPherson. Gets about a yard. After all, they've been defense.
It has been a dogfight. You've got 2 well-coached defenses, both with an incredible amount of team speed and making it difficult.
The final play of this opening period. Out of the I formation. Jeff to throw. Wants to go one-on-one with Gilliam. And incomplete at the 45. On a play where a flag could have ordered.
I don't know about that one. It looked like Jay Schreiner just flat teed off on Gilliam. They must have said he hit him right as the ball arrived, but I mean, it looked like it was close.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. We will sneak one more play into this first to Klaus out of the backfield, breaks out of one tackle, but then loses his footing and falls down. Part of our Hutch CC Road to a Championship.
Westby at the Dental Center in Hutch. My husband and our staff will take the time to listen to your concerns and will give you the best options available. We enjoy working with all ages of patients, especially the little ones. Don't you agree, girls?
Of course.
happy. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County can help your family. Focus on making the time you have left the best it can be, whether it's at home, in a nursing facility. Care of Reno County, your local not-for-profit agency, serving a 50-mile radius of Hutchinson, a member of Hutchinson Regional Healthcare System.
Crusader football on HKFM.
3rd and 9 coming up here on this side. Jeff to throw on 3rd down, wants to throw in traffic over the middle, and it is incomplete in double coverage. Tavian Gilliam at the 45 was bracketed by 2 defenders.
So, he's kind of one of the #1 targets, but yeah, well defended that time by the pup secondary.
In our Bueller Dental Care scoreboard at halftime, Andale leading Scott City 28-0. Axtell all over Central Christian 36-0. And Frankfurt and Canton Galva tied at 22. As Jeff Neal's going to punt it away here. It's going to take a bounce at the 36 and be down by Owen Fetch out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Could have been picked.
Which is a guy that's, kind of a receiver downfield.
So this is an interesting thing.
I believe, isn't it a loss of down?
I like longer distances, but I also came back at the 30 after the second penalty of the night on McPherson. 0-0, early second. Owen to throw in the middle, it's picked off, intercepted, picked off by Gentry and returned inside.
Fetch has been injury prone this year, or excuse me, turnover prone this year. He throws that one right to Gentry, and the Crusaders now.
3rd INT of the season for Bray. 1st and 15 at the 1st and 10, excuse me, at the McPherson 15. Jeff all on it. Jeffrey saying he was down before the ball came out.
And the hit coming in, guys, it was right in front of me. He got absolutely.
And the play.
And like you said, it was kind of a late pitch. And so the McPherson defender over there just absolutely teed off on
the staff.
Difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered question experience, bringing comfort and empathy during it. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home.
I'd like you to meet the team.
Hi friends, it's Jose Vehicles to choose from as today. Se habla español.
Getting up and walking off the field under his own pound. Breaks out of a tackle in the backfield, able to get away, just needs to get rid of the football. Defenders, and it's going to be, was about to be.
Is on a wing and a prayer.
3rd down, and it is going to be a Fernand Schmidt Electric with over 50 sacked. Side run forward to the. It's going to be second and
guy in the middle of the field. Marked it as a couple
there right now. We hope he's okay. 2nd and goal at the 4. We're going to have a timeout on the CC.
You feel confident and excited to begin your orthodontic journey with us at Gus.
Food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary of a drive-thru. Visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor In and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials.
Snap out of the shotgun, and the ball is dropped. Bueller will fall on it, as I believe one of the linemen.
McDaniel was crossing Neal's face, and there's some sort of miscommunication. Ball gets knocked out.
Lost back to the 9-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from there. And the crowd cheering as Ben Klaus checks back into the ball game at tailback. Good to see Ben back in the game. 3rd and goal right here. Jeff out of the gun, trips left. Klaus to his left, up high for it, and came up incomplete. I believe the field goal unit's going to come on here and try for 3.
Yep, they're bringing the personnel in. So the line of scrimmage is in between the 9 and the 10-yard line. So your kicking tee is going to be set up.
He is more than capable from this distance. His long in his career is 44. He had one blocked in the opening half. They get the snap and the hold down, and the kick is up and good. Jeffrey boots it through, and the Crusaders break through first on offense. 8:34 to play before halftime. 3-0 Crusaders, part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless.
With Prairie Bank of Kansas. At Prairie Bank, we have local tech support at our locations, and we actually answer the phone right here. Stop by and see Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
It's true. You see the 8-Pack Kansas Incorporated Shears Division name on like your residential driveway, parking lot, or other paving projects, asphalt, or concrete. And the other great thing, they traded Shears Division at 662-2112.
Crusader football on HKFM.
6-play drive after a Brayton Gentry, INT, Jeffrey Neal with a 27-yard field goal. End of one in Abilene tonight. Andover Central leading Abilene 14-0. Bueller 3-0 here with 8:34 to go and what has been a defensive first half. And Jeffrey to kick it off. Low line drive kick taken at the 7-yard line. Returned up the middle across the 25. Back with some speed at that return position. And tackled near the 28 by Jay Schreiner. Jay Schreiner on the return, that is. They'll mark him down at the 29. It'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, Fasano got shoved in the back. He made the tackle on the special teams by one of the Bullpups. No call there, but now it's going to be important. The offense has given the Crusaders the lead. Let's see if the defense can maintain it.
3-0, 8:28 to go before halftime. Here is Fetch out of the shotgun, trips to the right. No pressure as he screens it over the middle, but played perfectly by the Black Knights as German is tagged down from behind as he gets across the 30 at the 31 and picks up 3 yards on first down.
Great job of sniffing out that screenplay and not letting it go for big. Linebackers did a fantastic job there. 2nd
down and 8 from the far side hash mark. McPherson left to right with an empty backfield set here on 2nd down. Bueller's secondary's done a good job in coverage. And a flag. It is reset to 25. A flag came out from the secondary. It is going to be a delay of game, I believe, on McPherson. Well, they call it a false procedure penalty, officially loss of 5 yards. 3rd penalty tonight on the Bullpups. Pushes him back to the 26, where it's 2nd and 15. And near side on that screen play to Mueller, that play that has been worked so well, and a late hit, and a flag is going to come out substantively, but just an unnecessary play right there is going to draw a penalty.
Yeah, because he was way short of the line to gain, and it would have been 3rd down and about 8. Now McPherson's going to get new life after that late hit out of bounds.
The ball all the way up to the 48-yard line. Boy, that is unfortunate, again, because the play was over. Over the middle, it is caught and dragged down inside the 25. A 1st down, and that football caught by Tegan Haynes on a nice throw over the middle by Owen Fetch.
Yeah, just a post route over the middle. He was wide, or he was defended well, but Haynes, such a big body, 6'4", over 200 pounds. Fetch just threw it up for him, and he caught it and has enough for the 1st down, and they're knocking on the door of our red zone.
Down to the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. That is a gain of 29 yards. 1st down, McPherson from the right side hash mark, trailing 3-0, 7:17 to go in this opening half. Fetch out of the gun. They're going to give it to German on the ground, and nothing there. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10, and that's why that penalty.
Yeah, completely resurrected this drive, so Black Knight defense is going to have to buckle down here and try to stall this drive out.
2nd down and 10. Fetch out of the gun. Twin receivers left and right, and a flag comes out at the snap.
There's still 14 seconds on the play clock, so it's probably going to be on McPherson.
Some movement along that McPherson line. There was. I think it was the tight end who came across in motion and then tried to reset on the line and fell forward.
He planted his feet and his foot slipped out from under him, and he just couldn't quite get reset.
Well, we'll take every inch that they move to the south on this possession, won't we, Matt?
Absolutely.
So that'll move the ball back to the 28. It's going to be 2nd down and 15. 2 receivers left, 2 right with Fetch out of the gun. German 2 more to the left side. McPherson side of the field. It's going to be 3rd down and long.
Well, I'm really going to single out for the out there and was able to drop him near the initial line to gain.
And guys,
3rd and 16 back at the 29. You got to figure McPherson in. Can't throw that flag. That is a perfect defended pass by Brady Gotti. And how do they throw a flag right there?
Yeah, Gotti had perfect inside. Wow. Holy smokes.
That is an ostensibly horrible call if they end up calling that as a defensive pass interference.
It is. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Gotti was in great position, played the ball.
Unless he had a hand.
He looked like he was in perfect position and batted it away, and then the flag came out late. Ooh.
1st and 10 at the 14.
Or no, they didn't have enough for the first down.
3rd down, excuse me, 3rd and 1.
This drive has definitely been assisted by penalties.
2 big ones. He stopped, backed up, a loss. It's 4th down. The Black Knights stand up tall again.
There was 8 hats on Fetch at the end of that play. He got stood up. I couldn't tell who was at the bottom of the pile for the Crusaders, but then the rest of the Black Knights came in like the cavalry.
Just pick a guy.
A loss of 2 back to the 16. It's going to be 4th down, and it looked back in quarter.
Well, McPherson's won multiple games this year on the foot of Blaze Hoover.
This will, like Bueller, be a 20-plus yard field goal attempt. We're looking at about 32. Hoover gets it away. It's got the distance, and it just sneaks across. We are knotted at 3 here in this second round 4A West battle. This is part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless.
This is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers. But did you know we, an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com.
KFM.
3-3, 4:49 left in the half. At Clay Center in the second quarter, dominating Heston 27-0. Between the Crusaders and the Bullpups, late in the first half, it has been the 2 defenses so far that have really stood tall and held their opponent to just the down. And they'll give it to the fullback from the 20. Forward progress up to the 23-yard line.
That was actually a keeper by.
Boy, what would a 4-minute drive and a score here do for your confidence going into receivers? Trips left. Jeff out of the gun over the middle. Paisano catches it at the 30 and dragged down. Still on his feet. A first down. First National Bank is first for you.
Yeah, Paisano's had a great night receiving tonight. He's done a great job of gaining some yards after the catch that time.
3-3 game. Jeff out of the gun on 1st and 10. Klaus to his left. And Jeff is away for the Crusaders. Ty Goins, who got ripped to the turf by Tegan Haynes. He is a stud at the end of the play. 1st and 10 and a First National Bank.
Making something happen after he caught it.
And now a flag comes out before the 2 teams are even to the line of scrimmage.
We might have 12 on the field.
There are 12 men on the field for the Crusaders. On Saturdays somewhere next year, or has the opportunity to.
Yeah, he's an absolute beast. He's 6'4", 201, and makes plays both sides.
The penalty on the Crusaders, their 3rd tonight. Talking about him, and Tegan Haynes picks off the pass at the 50, and that's what.
That time is Neal initially had a little bit of time, but then they got him out of the pocket. He was slowly working his way over with lots of time here, unfortunately.
From the Bueller 47, 1st and 10. Fetch out of the gun, German to his left. 2 receivers right, 2 left. They'll put Mueller in motion. McPherson routinely in their offense, they come to the line and come set. And then the quarterback Fetch will look to the sideline to get instructions from his coach. And they're very methodical in the way, very rarely do they run tempo. And so, second delay of game penalty. First down, Fetch to throw, wants to throw near side, high, what a catch. The throw was high, but Blaze Hoover went leaping up into the air and brought it down at the 45, make it the 44 out of bounds there. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, Hoover's an athlete, 6'1", 195 pounds, and just went up.
Person going left to right, and they'll Throw out of the shotgun again, going one-on-one with McDaniel, the receiver, and nearly hauled in. Hoover nearly on.
Yeah, you described it perfectly. McDaniel just flat knocked him off the route, made Hoover have to try to make an acrobatic catch.
Both with really good closing speed.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7 here. The clock stopped with 2:59 to go before halftime in a 3-3 game from the right side hash mark of the 44-yard line. Empty backfield set on 3rd down. See if Bueller can get pressure. They're going to throw it quickly. The ball is dropped. Incomplete. Logan Roth, that simply looked
dropped it as they do such a good job of blocking those wide receiver screens on the edge. If Roth had been able to hold on to that, he might have got the first down. Try to retake the lead here to close out the half.
McPherson will bring the punting unit on. Hoover's got a good leg. He's going to punt from near the 45-yard line. Gentry standing back at the 10. Still a 3-3 game. This is a high kick, not a just pushed it right.
Must be some sort of magnetic field bringing the punts over to our sideline because, yeah, Hoover has a whale of a leg, and that's got to be probably one of his worst punts the entire season right there.
So Bueller's going to have decent field position here late in the game after they turned it over. Shocked by that.
Well, he's really good. I was going to mention earlier, that's another guy that has a chance to play on Saturdays as a kicker.
Yeah.
But really a mistake. Hopefully Bueller can capitalize on it.
Jeff out of the gun. Klaus to his left. They go trips right here on 45-yard line. Well, just like the first meeting between these two.
Quick and aggressive D-lines, good linebacking cores, and just great open field tackles against either.
In the first half, Jeff to throw. Steps up in the pocket, heaves it, and overthrows Gilliam. Overthrew the defender on the play too, Jay Schreiner. It'll be 3rd down.
McPherson's done a really good job of whoever is our longest route runner of having that safety over the top be there as well. So basically you've been thrown in double coverage on any of the longer routes tonight.
8. That deep ball has not been there tonight like it was in the first meeting. Mitchell will be the lone receiver here to the left side of the field, trips right. Jeffrey out of the gun, Klaus to his left. Wants to throw on 3rd down, has time, now steps up, hit as he throws, and nearly caught over the middle, coming back across the field. Jeff got whacked as he let it go. And
on his legs, bringing him down as he released it. And if he just had, I think, a half second longer, would have been able to set his feet and get a cleaner throw off.
As it is, Ty Goins almost got there. So another punt.
Well, we keep thinking
35, and Schreiner doesn't fair catch it, and he gets drilled to the turf back at the 11-yard line.
Big number 1, Cash Carson, delivering the lumber that time. Great tackle in space.
The lumber indeed. Cash, middle of the body, unable, no way enough air under that punt to give Cash time to get there.
Now mark it at McPherson zone 14. Your defense has done such a good job. Last thing you want now is to give up a cheap touchdown. With a minute 52 to go. Out of the shotgun, Fetch to throw, wants to go, looking for Mueller, incomplete. Far side at the 30. Mueller was well covered in the
incompletion here. They might even try to just run the football to end the half. It will be interesting.
Fetch out of the gun, trips right on 2nd and 10. $1:47 to go here in the half in a 3-3 game. Back draw by Fetch. Nothing there along the far side. He'll get 2 positive. Perhaps going to let them run one more play. And Pups are going to use every bit of that as we go inside 10 seconds on the play clock. Or do they get the timeout in time? Before halftime, time out on the field in a 3-3
college class. Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have today.
I'm Jessica Shank. My husband, Chris Shank, is running for Bueller USD School Board, and if elected, will do his very best to serve the students, teachers, and families of the Bueller District. I encourage you to vote for Chris Shank.
Coach Warner electing to not take a timeout kind of makes you think that he is...
There's risk to everything, and the risk you have of burning your timeouts is if McPherson gets...
Seconds on the clock. Owen wants to throw one-on-one. Against McDaniel, the throw was short, but Hoover able to turn around and find it and make a nice catch.
Yeah, Blaze Hoover, a guy.
They Fetch, double clutches, finds Hoover again. He's going to be wrestled down inside the Bueller 30. Boy, Blaze Hoover with 28 seconds to go.
Yeah, Owen Fetch has just been throwing the ball out in front of him and letting him go get it, and Hoover shaking up on the play.
Not in field goal
kicker. So if he is out of the game, I have a feeling their field goal range is significantly reduced.
Hoover's going to get up and walk off the field. He'll be replaced out there at receiver by Jay Schreiner. So he'll have to retreat for at least a play. 28 at the 26-yard line. Good coverage here on this near sideline by Mitchell McDaniel.
Yeah, they are just.
Well, and Mitchell's in single coverage, single man
Yep.
coverage with no safety help. So they figure they'll just take a shot, and if you throw up 50-50 balls, and you never know what may happen.
Now it looks like Gotti, one of the high safeties, coming over to help, so maybe that'll help give a little protection to the near side.
18 seconds to stop with Mueller out of the gun. Claps those hands together, wants to throw right, and throws wide of Mueller, who's set up at the 15, but the pass by Fetch off target, and it's third down.
And I think the Crusader defenders doing the right thing, staying deeper.
They've changed the defense that last play to a cover 2, so they had the extra safety help. But
twin wide receivers either side. Owen Fetch to throw. He's going to throw a jump ball to Schreiner in the end zone, who gets whacked out of bounds as the ball might have hit off his hands. And now he's going to jump up. And so fourth down with 8 seconds to go. Well, if you're Coach Pavlovich here, do you take one final shot?
Officials timeout. Well, a lot of it hinges on. We're out here to try the long field goal, gentlemen.
Chase Pavlovich in his 9th year has done years. This is going to be a 43-yard try for Hoover from the right hash mark to take the lead for the first time tonight. 2 for 2 in the kicking game, and give McPherson, part of the Hutch CC, road to a championship.
That's Schmidt Electric, 620-960-6755.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know it's different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
Are you needing custom apparel for your team or company? Hi, I'm Some Gear, a Factory 233 company, your source for custom apparel.
Crusader football.
At the end of 3, Hutch High, second quarter leading Mays 20-7. 6-3, McPherson picked up at the 12. The offense has not been able to punch it in the end zone yet. McPherson finally 3 field goals.
And Coach, kind of a chess match, right? As you head into halftime, your defense has been stout. Tell me what you're seeing out of those guys.
The defense playing outstanding. You just gave up a couple of passes there at the end, and I missed
a little bit of a change in what you're doing. Is Ben okay? Any adjustments that you know going into halftime you got to make offensively?
Ben's good. He got the wind knocked out of him, but Doc was just making sure that's all it was. We've got to be able to run the ball, and right now we can't get the running game, and so we've got to find a way to get the ball on the ground. All
right, thoughts from Coach Steve Warner as we approach halftime here. Crusader football this season brought to you in part by Farm Bureau agent Steve Curtin, by Heston, by our award-winning Crusader marching band. Coming up, our halftime 6-3 McPherson from Crusader Stadium, part of the Hutch CC road to a championship.
Of Kansas halftime report. Coming up, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll catch up with other coaches.
Bueller Dental Care. At Bueller Dental Care, we have great registered, reassuring atmosphere. We like to have some fun with you and get to know you while you spend time at gmail.com. Bueller Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
Custom Building would like to thank our customers for 20 years of business and friendship. Brian and the crew at Erickson have spent those years developing excellent customer service and quality leadership for all types of projects. Erickson Custom Building, or find us on the web at ericksoncustombldg.com.
By Kansans, for Kansans. For a limited time, 621-2600. Next Tech Wireless.
As the Crusaders and the Bullpups here in round 2 of the 4A West playoffs tonight are on, and congratulate your team.
We had just another successful season. The kids worked really hard to get to what they did this season, so it's been a fun ride.
You had a really veteran to be able to finish off, especially for those seniors with a state title.
Yeah, we were really senior heavy this this year on the boys' side. I think 4 of our top 7 and 5 of our top 8 were all seniors. And so, last year, losing the state title by 8 points, but so
I think you got, 5?
We scored 31 points, which in Crossing Research this week, that's the 3rd lowest point total ever at the 4A state meet. Only behind 1976 Leavenworth and 2009 Mulvane. So pretty solid. And then the 63-point win company to be in. And these boys they put their foot down, and they were not going to let go of anything during that race.
Pretty strong.
Yeah, we knew that on the girls' side that possibly Clay Center having maybe 1 or 2 of their girls having a slow day, but they didn't. But we were darn near perfect, having 3 girls under 21 and 5 under 22 minutes. We put 5 in the top 50. That's not too bad on the girls' side. And I think we slotted out 4th, kind of exceeded. They did that. And there's some youth on that team there, so the future's pretty bright.
Yeah, certainly some seniors among that group. But Corbin Starkweather, you've got a freshman that's been garnering some attention already here. So
absolutely, she's pretty fresh. She played volleyball in middle school, and luckily Coach Willis and Coach Cherry, sure enough, she came out, and that's a big find for us right there. She's going to be something special.
Yeah, absolutely. 19th at the state meet in her freshman effort, and is only going to get better. So, yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll look forward to now that we'll be back in the field house this week. All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate some time. Congratulations again on a great season, and enjoy the offseason, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, Aaron. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Coach Curtis Morgan with us here at halftime. More coming up after this.
More of the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report is coming up after this. Prairie Bank of Kansas, your locally owned.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email
It's very best to serve the students, teachers, and families of the Buhler District. I encourage you to vote for Chris Shank on November 7th.
Paid for by Chris Shank, serving Buhler. Blair Siemens, treasurer.
This is Annette with Annette K.F. Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette F. Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662.
Can enjoy 20% off. Call, go online, or visit our social media to book your appointment today. Anima Bella Salon, Spa, and Boutique. Beautiful soul, beautiful you.
Do you need custom shirts, hoodies, polos, or other apparel printed? Whether it's for your sports team, business, or church, 37 Print Co. in Hutch has you covered. Hi, I'm Amanda. Check out
Sports Buhler Cross Country concluded a very successful season last Saturday. Second place Wamego by 63 points. 5 Crusaders medaled in the top 14. Senior Lane Whistler led the charge with a 5th place time of 16:10. Clay Center. Starkweather's time of 20:29.6. In the state quarterfinals, the Crusaders fell to McPherson 1-0. Pewter had 10 shots on goal to McPherson's 1. The Crusaders finish a season on December 1st against Nickerson. Newton invite on November 30th. The Buhler High School Musical will be on stage at the Sunday at 2. Purchase tickets in advance or at the door. Odds in Hutchinson to talk Crusader football. Also, our player profile of Kansas halftime report from Crusader Stadium on HKF.
To visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Locally owned station on East 4th and Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Have your insurance premiums in excellent coverage while saving money on their home, auto, and business insurance. As an independent agent, Rex works with many companies like Progressive, Travelers, and Safeco to get you the best rates. Online at ReddingerAgency.com or stop by 1801 North Plum Street across from Bogies in Hutchinson. Get your quote.
Fall is such a beautiful time of year with spectacular colors and flavors made with fresh pumpkin and apple. And let's not forget those in Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here at the half, Crusade Bakery House in Catering. Just like tonight's teams on the field, I Need a Cleaners can help you 6 possessions in the first half. Bueller with 2 punts with 8:34 to go in the second. After a 6-play drive that came out, they also have a couple of punts in there and 2 field goals, one for 32 yards, another for 43 yards by Blaze Hoover. And a tight one, 6-3 here at halftime from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
You're listening to the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Tonight's Seder Coaches Show, 95.9 HKFM.
Have an appliance that doesn't work or a yard full of scrap metal and don't know what to do with it? Hi, this is Kathy from Midwest Iron, and you can save the environment and put a little money in your...
Are the center of everything we do. Hi, this is Brett Henry. If you farm or in the agriculture, healthcare, construction, real estate, or own your own business, we'd love to talk to see how we can help your operation. Adams Brown, Strategic Allies and CPAs, above and beyond.
Hi, this is Mamie Coldren with Instagram and Twitter for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. The Crusader Closet is open at most home athletic events. If you would like to be a member, please reach out to us on our Facebook page. Thank you for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. Ad Astra Radio is a proud Bueller Booster Club member.
Hi, this is DJ of the DJ Kaufman Agency in Hutchinson. Since 1992, I've worked to find the best insurance coverage for people just like you. We can work with many top insurance companies. That gives us the flexibility to search and find competitive rates and comprehensive coverage. An agency at 669-0410 or djkaufmaninsurance.com, where you'll find uncommon options with practical, proactive service.
Crusader Football on HKFM.
And our coverage tonight brought to you in part by Ray & Sons Roofing, by Alpha Land Surveys, Sunflower Electric, by The Medicine Shop, and by Pro Value Insurance. Chris, let's...
Up the road in Canton tonight on Smoky Hills Rock 95.5. Frankfort, the Wildcats pulling away from the Canton Galva Eagles 44-22 with 9:29 left to go in the fourth. A halftime score out of Clay Center. That game being heard tonight on Kicks 106.1. The Clay Center Tigers shutting out the Swathers tonight 27-0. The score we last have out of Mound Ridge is a halftime score. The Chase County Bulldogs leading Mound Ridge 20-12. That game over on Mix 96.7. Another score elsewhere on the Ad Astra Sports Network out on KGBK 98.9. South Central leading Central Plains at the end of 1, 14-6. And we did have a halftime score. Yep, Trinity Catholic and Medicine Lodge both tied, or excuse me, Trinity Catholic with the lead at the half over Medicine Lodge 7-0. That game over on Kansas Rocks 100.3 KNZS.
All right, Mays leading Liberal at the half 17-13. Hutch High over Mays South at halftime 20-7. Chase County now leading Mound Ridge at the half 20-12. Halftime Andover Central 21, Abilene 7, and has got just about minute and a half to go before the start of our second half. Andrew Epp, how about some key numbers from the first half? Not a lot of them offensively, I'm guessing.
Yeah, defensive battle here. 6-3, McPherson has the lead. Total yards, just 26 plays run by McPherson for 131 yards. Bueller had 35 yards. Bueller leads the way in turnovers, not what you want to do. 3 turnovers, the 2 picks, and then that 1 fumble at the end of the half. Didn't do much. And Bueller, 16 for 35. Ben Klaus leads the way with 6 for 23. And for 17, 97 yards and 2 picks. And then on defense, Tegan Haynes, number 6, has 2 interceptions for McPherson, 4 tackles. He had the blocked field goal at the end of the last game between McPherson and Bueller. And then Braden Gentry with a pick, 2 tackles for a loss, and 4 total tackles.
All right, man. Thank you. First half numbers. We get set for the second half, and McPherson will have the ball to start quarter number 3. Bueller will kick off from the 40. And see if they can finally wrestle away some momentum in this second half. It was hard to come by in the first half. Jeff to kick it from the 40. And he'll line drive it. It's going to take a bounce and be picked up at the 17. Schreiner spins off a tackler and dives across the 30. And brought down at about the 32. And that is not Schreiner. That is actually Javin Alexander on the return. McPherson with the...
Trying to break one big here. They really aired it out on their last scoring drive. Let's see if the Pups go to the air here right out the gate.
First and 10 from the 32 with a 4 wide receiver set and a fumble. The ball is.
And who is it? None other than Will Hainan picking the ball up loose off the deck. And you talked about Aaron Bueller seizing some momentum. There's not a better way to start a second half than the offense fumbling and you recovering it just 2 yards shy of the red.
Made it impossible for him to get back to the ball.
Bueller first and 10 from the McPherson 22-yard line. Out of the eye, they'll pitch it to Klaus, and he's going to get gobbled up in the backfield. And that ought to be a flag. That absolutely. Little extracurricular activity by Javin Alexander after the tackle. You heard Coach Warner, though, talk about it at halftime. Desperately, they want to find a way to get that running game going.
Yeah, that time it was an option, but yeah, the Crusader crowd very, they very much had a reason to be upset there.
Loss of 8 on the play. It'll be second and long. Jeff's going to throw, going one-on-one. And the receiver not able to catch the ball. It's McDaniel, the intended target, inside the 5.
The line to gain clear down to the 12-yard line. The ball resting outside the 30-yard line for Bueller. So let's see if the Crusaders can convert here on a big, massive third down.
Even if you can get half of it back, I like Jeffrey kicking a field goal from that far.
I'd like to try and at least get 10 here if you could. Third down and long. Jeff out of the gun. McPherson brings pressure. Jeff steps up in the pocket and overthrows Paisano at the 5, and it's 4th down.
So now a very interesting decision here for Coach Warner.
Got an injured bullpup down back at the 38.
Some great blocks there for the Crusaders. I think the pup got injured on one of those blocks thrown by Bueller.
And a timeout for an injury here. We'll step aside as well. 4th down coming up for Bueller early third quarter. 6-3 McPherson on HKFM.
If you need a piece of metal or an angle for a small project or a complete fabrication project done, call Johnson Sheet Metal or stop by 512 South Main in Hutchinson, where we have been in business for over 100 years. We stock over 60 different sheets and 70 different shapes in steel, stainless, galvanized, and aluminum. We can cut to size, bend, roll, punch, or weld to your specifications. We can make your ag replacement panels too. Johnson Sheet Metal in Hutchinson.
This message brought to you by your friends at Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. Our kids are a tremendous gift. Never forget that they are watching you. Setting the right example for them as they grow up is critical. Make time for them. Take them fishing. Go to their games and invest in their future. For all your service needs, you can find Red Rock Auto Center at 200 North Main Street in South Hutchinson, or visit us at redrockautocenter.com. Red Rock Auto Center. We're here when you need us.
Crusader football on HKFM.
That is Javin Alexander for McPherson, who is up and walking to where a punt is going to net you a lot. And so do you come up with some type of McPherson 30. Jeff rolling out to his right. Now comes back left, steps up in the pocket, slings it over the middle. He throws it low, incomplete for Paisano. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
So a tough drive there for Bueller. They recover the fumble, but then have the negative yardage play on the option on first down and just can't quite get out of their own shadow that one.
To their own 30. So worked out in their favor. 1st and 10. Each team with 2 turnovers on off 2. Peter had 35 yards rushing at halftime. McPherson had 20.
Great job that time by Gentry, leading the charge for Bueller, holding German to just a 2-yard pickup.
Crusader football brought to you in part. 2nd down, 10:21 to go in the third. 6-3 McPherson. Pops out of the gun. Twin receivers left. Fetch looking to throw to his left. Flushed out of the pocket. Now throws a little jump ball up to the middle of the field looking for Mueller. And that is batted away at the 50. And incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down.
Fantastic coverage that time by Brady Gotti. And Mack now with a 3rd and long.
And Chris, you can see the thing that the McPherson folks have talked about. That was an unnecessary throw. He just threw it up. It's a bad idea to throw the ball up in the middle of the field.
Yes, kind of reminds you of the old Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek, just throw it downfield and let him go get it.
Yeah, except normally it was on a sideline.
Yes.
3rd down and 8. I have not seen Hoover back on the field at receiver since he went out late in the 2nd quarter. He did kick that field goal, but he's not been back on offense. 3rd down and 8, empty backfield set, pressure off the edge. Fetch chased out of the pocket, and the ball is thrown perfectly to the outside shoulder of the receiver, who hauls it in Buhler territory at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that tough one for Buhler as they had him 3rd and long that time, and Fetch put the ball right on the money there, where the only person that can make a play on it was the McPherson receiver, and he hauls it in before he goes out of bounds at the 48.
Goes for 20 yards. McPherson will go tempo here. Empty backfield again. Well, they kind of fool you into thinking they're going to go tempo, and then they don't. Hard line and gains 2 on 1st down.
Nice job by Cash Carson getting the tackle there on the.
But then in those passing downs, they release him, delayed release, and he was open not the last play, but the previous passing play. Something Buhler's got to keep an eye on.
2nd down and 8. Tempo for McPherson will be snapping the ball before there's 10 seconds on the play clock. 9:24 to go in the 3rd in a 6-3 game. Fetch throwing downfield, and is the ball caught? Did Haynes catch it? He did. Down at the 22, an off-balance catch.
That might have been Roth.
I don't think that was Haynes. I think that was Logan Roth who caught the ball. Caught it inside the 25 of the 23. It'll be 1st and 10.
Black Knight defense is going to have to find a way here to stop them, as they're almost in the red zone.
Season on the line here in the 2nd half in a 6-3 game. Empty backfield set. They go with 5 wide receivers. Fetch under pressure, throws, and throws incomplete. And boy, the key there.
Thrower, but if you can get him under pressure like we talked about, he's a guy that will just chuck and duck. And that's why the Crusaders have a pick tonight on him.
Brady Gotti with the coverage downfield. It'll be 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 8:42 to play here in the 3rd. 6-3 McPherson. Flag out.
And with where it's thrown, I think it's going to be a hold. Crusader it was.
I think it was Hirschberger.
Yeah, that's why I think it was, yeah, it was Hirschberger. He was on the far side. I mean, he flat got tackled by one of the McPherson offensive linemen.
Fetch threw the ball high, incomplete. Pushes the ball back to the 33. 2nd down and 20. Fetch out of the gun. German stays in the backfield. Screen pass is thrown low. Receiver able to dive and catch it, but at the line of scrimmage, Schreiner able to go low and pick it up, but doesn't gain any yards because of the bad throw.
So now another critical 3rd down. McPherson, with how long they made their field goal earlier tonight, they are close to field goal range for Hoover, even if they don't advance it an inch here.
Did get a yard to the 32. 3rd down and 19. German on the left hip of Fetch out of the gun. Big 3rd, but will it stand? There's a flag out on the opposite side of the field from where the quarterback was, along the Buhler sideline.
It's got to be a false start, doesn't it? Or some sort of
yeah, with how early
shift.
It was.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody wasn't lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Right.
But with how early it was.
Well, both teams are coming back. That ball was caught at the 5. It would have been a 1st and goal. Legal procedure on the offense. Saves a 1st and goal for the moment.
Too many men in the backfield.
So that means the type of stuff that
can't happen.
Somebody is getting chewed out over on the far sideline.
Absolutely.
Pushes it back to the 37, 3rd down and long.
What a big penalty. Wipes the 1st and goal away.
Hoover out of the gun. And
decline it.
Decline it
Absolutely.
And take the 4th down.
Yep, since they threw the incompletion.
Surely they decline it, take 4th down. It's outside of field goal range.
How could that same penalty happen on the same spot on the field 2 times?
Riot act over on the sideline.
Someone's really getting yelled at now.
I would expect to see the ball in front of the 1st down stick, right? Even if they make a catch, keep it short.
That's where the two safeties for Buhler playing off the ball.
Watch for the quick kick here.
Yep, they've dropped him back.
E5 make it the 4-yard line. So they pin him deep. That was almost disastrous. Fetch dropped the ball and just did get it away.
Boy, doesn't it feel like Buhler has got to get something going positive offensively? I don't even know if they've got to score, but at the very least, they've got to flip the field.
Yep. Yeah, because punting for both teams hasn't exactly been spot on for either squad, and both teams have experienced senior punters.
But if you can at least punt from the Buhler B at midfield, you feel a whole lot better about it.
Buhler's going to be here from their own 8, second possession of this second half. Still 6-3 McPherson. Jeffrey under center, takes the snap, wants to throw, unloads in coverage, and he goes off the hand of the defender who knocks it away from Mitchell McDaniel at the 40, incomplete.
Yeah, it was one of the second coverage.
It's interesting. It was a double move. Buhler, or McPherson rather, only had 5 guys rushing the quarterback and a single receiver pattern. Mitchell was the only guy past 5 yards, so
they'll keep it on the ground and not much there. They're going to gain a yard to the 9, and that's it.
So tough down and distance here for Buhler in the shadow of your own goal line. I got a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update from Abilene. Andover Central now on top 21-7.
So that score stands. Andover Central would come here next week or host McPherson. Hits Paisano close to a first down. It's all going to come down to the spot. I think he's got enough at the 20.
Yeah, it was right on the 20-yard line is where Paisano caught it. He tried to spin to get a little extra yardage, but that ball was thrown perfectly by Jeffrey.
First National Bank first down at the left hash mark of the 20-yard line.
And tip of the cap to Paisano that time, just holding on to the football, because you saw it, Matt. I mean, he got leveled by...
Out of the I formation, 2 receivers right, 1 left. So they go no tight end here on first down. This is Klaus running inside to the left. And forward progress from the 20 up to the 23 and a gain of 3.
Only throwing incompletion on first down.
6 minutes to go in the third, no score. Jeff will be under center, back in the I. 2 tight ends here on second down. Brody Seidel, and Gotti almost made a fantastic catch.
Yeah, I thought he had it there, but fantastic play made.
Pass interference call in the first half that went against Buhler. Obviously, the Buhler faithful wanting a little bit of payback on that last play.
To the right, looking to throw, throws it in the slot, and Tegan Haynes read it perfectly in Buhler territory with 5:29 to go in the third.
Tegan Haynes has been the bane of our existence tonight. Like you said, 3rd pick of the night. Been a tough break for the Crusaders. Now the defense, though, is has to shake that out of their head. Something bad happened. They got to make something good happen now.
Need a turnover.
5:29 to go in the third. McPherson will have it from the Buhler receiver. Schreiner gets to the edge at the 10. And out of bounds at the 9. It's going to be 1st and goal. Receiver Schreiner coming left to
just one of the many, and he got to the edge and got the first down and then some.
They're now going to line Schreiner up in the backfield to the right of Fetch. Trips left on 1st and goal. Neither team has scored a touchdown tonight. They're going to give the ball to Schreiner, and he's going to be hit pretty much immediately and dropped for no gain at the 9-yard line. So trying something different at tailback, and no yardage there on that first down play.
Well, these guys out there defensively still slinging it. It's one of those things, a lot of teams, maybe you break their morale getting the 1st and goal, but great job by the Black Knight defense collapsing on Schreiner there immediately after he took the handoff.
2nd and both these teams who battled it out to a 2-point finish in the regular season. German back in a tailback with Fetch out of the gun. Throws near side, and it's dropped by Mueller. Mueller might have had a touchdown. He dropped the football at the 10. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, I think that was 6 right there, so we dodged a major bullet.
And guys, there's a penalty in the middle of the field, and it was against Hirschberger again.
Did he get tackled inside?
I did. It's going to be a 10-yarder if Buhler accepts it.
Yeah, down here along the goal line, you want to push Mack back as far as you can.
need the PA guys to hit the truck backing button right here.
Say this again. You like them backing up.
You want it if
I don't like giving them the extra down.
Well, if Hoover is going to kick a field goal, you want it to make it as long as you can possibly make it. So he's got to think about it.
Penalty will move the ball back to the 19.
And you mentioned it earlier, Aaron. I don't believe Hoover has come back into the game after he got injured other than banging through a 43-yard field goal.
Yeah, he's not been back in at receiver.
And he's one of their main targets. So
2nd and goal from the 19-yard line. Fetch with a receiver in motion. Takes it to the right side. Throws to the back of the end zone. It is bobbled and incomplete. Great coverage over there by the defensive back. I think that was McDaniel again. They've gone after him all night tonight.
Yeah, he timed it perfectly. Just banged away at the McPherson receiver as he's bobbling it. If he doesn't make a physical play that time, that's 6 for McPherson.
Mitchell actually ended up in the short in that zone coverage. It was Jacob Miller.
Jacob Miller on the coverage there of Corey Mueller, who tried to catch it in the back corner of the end zone, incomplete, and it's 3rd and goal.
Big down here, boys.
Huge down. Twins left, Twins right on 3rd and goal at the 19 after the penalty. They throw it, Mueller catches it. He's going to be driven out of bounds at the 11. And it'll be 4th down, and McPherson will try another field goal, you would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting because, you know, them kicking a field goal here still makes it a one-possession game. So let's see how much of a riverboat gambler Pavlovich is. He's going to go for it, boys.
Gain of 8. It is 4th and goal at the 11-yard line.
With as much as Bueller has struggled to move the ball, really, I can see it from that perspective. It makes some sense.
Now they're going to burn a timeout.
Timeout taken. 4:18 to go here in the 3rd. 6-3 McPherson, 4th and goal coming up from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Play can change momentum in a game, and one deductible is a game changer when it comes to your insurance. That's why you should see me, Steve Curtin, your firm or a fire. You'll pay just one deductible for everything that's covered. Talk to Farm Bureau agent Steve Curtin today and see how I can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, big decision coming up for the Bullpups. Coach Jace Pavlovich. He's got a very capable kicker, and Hoover, who's banged through 2 tonight, including a 43-yarder. But he has not been in the game on offense since he was injured on a play in the 2nd quarter. He did come in and kick a field goal after that, but since then has been MIA, and I do believe they're going to go for it.
They are going for it, fellas, so buckle up.
It's hard to not remember the double reverse halfback pass from a couple of years ago.
Be ready for a hard count here, too.
Trips left, 2 receivers right, empty backfield set. They go to the corner of the end zone, looking for Teagan Haynes, knocked away, incomplete, and a turnover on downs.
Great play made there in the back of the end zone, and it was Jeremy Gentry, I believe, batting the ball harmlessly away. And some redemption for Gentry there, as he had a rough night the last time we played McPherson, so good to see Jeremy get a little revenge.
Sure be nice for Bueller to get a chunk play here. It's been so hard to move the ball, like 20 or 30 on one shot.
Well, the old offensive coordinator in me, when you're backed up against the goal line, hey, that's just a chance for a bigger play.
1st and 10 from their own 11. Still 6-3. Out of the jet action up the middle. Room to run. The 9-yard line.
What a nice run there by Gentry. Biggest run of the night, maybe the biggest play yardage-wise tonight for the Crusaders, and that'll put some spark in the Bueller offense.
A 28-yard run out of the jet action. They hand it off. Oh, now he tucks it in the belly of his tailback. And Ben Klaus falls forward back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, a little delayed handoff to defense.
I like the draw play. I really like the call. Let Ben kind of find a hole. There just wasn't one there.
2nd and 10, 3:16 to go in the 3rd. Out of the eye with 2 receivers right. Jeff throws right and throws high for Paisano at the 40, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down. Well,
3rd and long here now. probably not in 4-down territory unless there's a decent pickup here on this 3rd down. So a critical down here for Buhler.
Carson and McDaniel back in. Gentry and Paisano come off. They're going to go spread here. Trips left, single receiver to the far side, I believe, is Cash Carson. Jeffrey looking, has a defender on top of. Flags come out everywhere. The defensive back goes to the end zone, but that is coming back.
There's going to be a blindside block on McPherson.
There was a huge blindside block at the 30-yard line. The ball will be picked off. For the 4th time tonight, Jeffrey is picked.
And is that Neal that's down over there on the far side?
I think it's Keaton.
No, Jeffrey is.
Keaton Parson, I think.
Jeffrey is over here next to the officials.
Yeah, I think it's Parsons who's the center tonight.
His hands right to the defensive back.
Yeah, 2nd time we've had an interception that got tipped up into the air, and that's a feeding frenzy for the defensive backs. We'll hope Parsons is okay. The thing about the penalty, it will
Keaton Parsons, and we don't know that 100%. That is our assumption at this point.
Blindside block on the return team. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
So that's going to give McPherson the ball at the Buhler 43. We've got an injury timeout here. We've had too many of those tonight, haven't we?
There has been quite a few guys shaken up, but we talked about it earlier. Both these teams, I mean, they're playing to survive. The seniors of one of these squads are playing their final football game of their career. So they're fighting tooth and nail to try to advance their career to the next round.
Well, good to see Keaton is actually hustling off the field. But that's a kid, too, that has worked so hard to earn his spot.
Yep.
Great 15-yard mark right there.
So from the 43, 4th pick of the night for the Crusaders. McPherson has got it back. Play action. They'll dump it off and across the 40. That ball is caught for the first time tonight by the tight end Gavin Weedle. First time they've called his number. He's a big guy and gets it up to the 37. Makes it 2nd down and short after a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, nice tackle in space made that time by the near side corner, Mitchell McDaniel.
And gets stuffed for a loss. That hole was there, and then it closed up almost as quickly as it opened. It was gone.
Carson and Hainan teaming up for the tackle there, and the Black Knights not laying down out there. They're still trying to make something happen. The crazy thing is this is still a 3-point game.
Feels more dire than
yes,
that,
it
doesn't
does.
it?
Oh, it does. Incredibly more dire.
A loss of a yard back to the 38 makes it 3rd down and 5. Fetch will stay out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Mueller is in the slot to the far side. Sherman stays in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to him again, and he's going to be stopped short at the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Boy, don't you imagine he'll go for it again?
This is go city here for McPherson. Be ready for the hard count here.
Tegan Haynes will rotate back in at receiver for the Pups on 4th down and 2. The Black Knights have come up big time after time tonight. Can they do it again? Fetch out of the gun. 2 receivers left. Haynes. And stop short. Stop short. Stopped a yard short, running to the right side. Turnover on downs. The Black Knights hold again.
Hallelujah, gentlemen. That was close.
Boy, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but Hirschberger was.
Buhler from their own 34. 4 turnovers tonight on offense and a fumble on special teams. Whew, they've got to take care of the football. Out of the I formation, 1st and 10. 55 seconds to go in the 3rd. 6-3 McPherson. Here's Gentry on the inside handoff. That has worked well tonight. And he powers his way forward to the 40-yard line. And picks up 6 on 1st down. Boy, he's been the one guy that has been able to run the ball for positive yardage tonight.
Yeah, old reliable Gentry. He's a guy, there wasn't much of a crease that time, but Gentry just wills his way for a 5-yard game. Good hard run for the senior fullback.
Inside half a minute to go in the 3rd, and McPherson by a field goal. Buhler after the turnover on downs. Second down out of the eye. Jeffrey to throw. Wants to go. 18 seconds to go. I will say McPherson in their secondary has done a great job of covering up our receivers on those.
5 receiver routes, so it's allowed McPherson to have that safety help over the top.
All right, third down and 4. Could be the final play of the third. Jeffrey, little play action, fakes to his tailback, and he'll take the sack instead. And that will end the third.
Tough break for Buhler here.
4th and long coming up when we come back. Part of the Hutch CC Road to a Championship presented by Next Tech Wireless on HT.
And open Tuesday through Sunday. Join them for an all-day breakfast, classic comfort food favorites, or daily lunch specials featuring a wide and unique variety. Thursday nights come in for theme nights like the famous fried chicken, waffles, burgers, Mexican or Italian, and ask about catering options. Find them online at watersedgeheston.com for menu and catering options.
Rod's Tire, Rod's Tire and Service. Rod here from Rod's Tire and Service in Hillsboro. We understand that when you need ag tires, you need them now, not 3 weeks from now. That's why we've built up our inventory to make sure we'll probably have something for you.
1947. On 4th down, good kick. And this defensive battle. McPherson holds again. They'll get the ball up by 3 with 11. Boy, one big play by either team might completely change this game. It has yet to come tonight, though. 2 field goals for McPherson, 1 for Buhler. Fetch out of the gun. Keeps it on the quarterback run, finds a seam, and then gets hit at the end of it. On the left side, across the 35 to the 36. His best run of the night. But he took a shot after the run.
Yeah, he cut back right into
the run, though. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 2, McPherson.
They'll keep German to the right of Fetch in the backfield. They'll hand it off, and he's got a first down at the 40. That'll reset the downs for McPherson, going right to left here in the 4th quarter. Crusader football brought to you by GTK Self-Storage, by Hutch Rec, by Rod's Tire and Service, First National Bank, and by Croft Lumber. 3rd meeting all time between these two in the postseason. The previous 2 were decided by a single score. Coach Pav dialing up the run, trying to use some clock here and move the ball. Gain of 3 on the right side. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Problem is that every time they're successful doing that, it just sucks the defensive backs to be disciplined.
Got 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. And Fetch to throw on 43. Logan Roth caught the ball, but was driven out of bounds immediately on the McPherson sideline. No gain at the 42, and it's another, how many times can we say another big 3rd down in this game?
Well, in a 1-score game with a 3-point lead, 3rd down conversions are all big.
Tegan Haynes checked in, got to keep an eye on him.
Trips left with Fetch. They go empty backfield set here on 3rd and 7, 10:08 to go in the game. 6-3 McPherson. Out of bounds, there's a flag in the backfield.
And with where that's at, that's probably going to be a hold.
You decline that at this point, wouldn't you, to make it 4th down?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't look like Hoover's out to punt either, guys.
That is 9 penalties now tonight on McPherson.
See how Gentry does on the return tonight. There's not been much space for him so far this evening on the punt returns.
Herming at the 25. This is a different punter. That was Fetch on the kick.
Get
and
away.
Short. It's going to take a Buhler or a McPherson roll. Bounced at the 3rd. Type of positive momentum on offense. I feel like the big down the field plays that were there a couple of weeks ago have not been there tonight. What does Coach Warner have in his playbook? I guess we're about to find out.
Yep. Again, that's why the coaching staff gets paid the big bucks. The downfield routes have not been open tonight for Buhler. McPherson's secondary has been fantastic.
From their own 26, right hash mark going left to right, 1st and 10. Jeff will be under center. Mitchell McDaniel goes in motion. Jeff wants to throw, now scrambling to his left. He's going to tuck it and run, and that should be a flag. Tackled up around his face mask. They won't throw it. Maybe didn't see it.
Yeah, Cade Strathman's going to get credited with the tackle.
And no gain. It'll be a 2nd down. Sure looked like he was tackled up around his face mask.
Yeah, and I sure thought there was a little extra forearm shove right into the face mask at the end of the play.
No gain on the play.
Clock rolling here. It'll be around the 9-minute mark when the ball snapped.
6'3" McPherson. Jeff goes out of the gun. Klaus to his left, trips left. Haynes again is going to take it to the house for a touchdown. Paisano had it, and then Haynes ripped it right away and took it to the house for 6.
The interception or 4th?
That is number 4.
Number 4.
For one player to have 4 interceptions in a high school game.
Just to go. Now a 2-score game. And boy, doesn't that feel like a mountain. Dumps it over the middle, and it's batted down incomplete. Good coverage there by Tavian Gilliam.
Unsuccessful. Buhler Crusaders 3.
Buhler with 4 turnovers on offense tonight.
McPherson has the lead right now. Just they've turned us over more times than
Coffee. Week 2 of the 4A West playoffs. Or download the Ad Astra Radio app. After the game, not doing so well tonight. One of these two will move on to face either Andover Central or Abilene next week. If Buhler wins, it's here. If McPherson wins, they would go on the road. And the kickoff, Hoover is out. Jeremy Gentry doing the returning. Buhler is going to have decent field position again. Not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination, but they have got to find a way to get the offense going, and it feels like.
Yep, with Buhler being down by 2 scores. It all starts with a scoring possession.
Trips flushed out of the pocket. Jeffrey's going to tuck it and run. Tripped up from behind. Boy, even when it looks like there's going to be.
The defensive end on that side, a quick fella, as he had good close.
Boy, over the years, seeing a lot of foot scene.
Yeah, they've done a great job. I mean, you think about longest run we've had tonight was Braden Gentry's 28-yard run. I believe that's the longest running play we've had this evening.
Jeff out of the gun tonight.
Snap infraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
I encourage people to support our Buhler High School musical department next week, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. You're the middle, batted incomplete.
Nearly picked off
and guess
again.
Who?
Yeah.
Have you ever? I mean, of course you have. But for one guy, I feel like he's controlled the game.
He has. I mean, you think about a high school player having 4 picks in a game.
And the ball well, he threw the ball well, but defensively, he has been a huge difference maker.
Plays that middle linebacker spot, but seems like he's in at the end of every play. 3rd down and 12 here from the 36. 4 wide receivers, and it looks like somebody jumped again.
Yep, we have a false start on Buhler. The MAC crowd starting to make some noise over yonder.
MAC and Buhler played on this field in soccer on Tuesday, and MAC won 1-0. MAC in the semifinals tonight lost to a title in soccer. They'll play for third and a country mile, as they say here. Jeff with an empty backfield. Wants to throw, now steps up in the pocket, and a flag comes out. There's all kinds of shoving and pushing by both sides.
It's going to be a face mask, guys.
Face mask on McPherson?
Yes, they got Jeff.
Somebody to the turf there. Tempers are starting to bubble just a little bit, aren't they?
You know, there's always going to be a lot of energy and fun.
You're going to go home thinking, wow, we played terrible and somehow we won.
Yep. They're going to give it just a 5-yard variety on the face mask. So it's still 3rd and long for Buhler.
3rd and about 14 here. Clock stopped with 7:39 to go in the game. 12-3 McPherson. Trips left. Gilliam single receiver to the right. Jeffrey pump fakes, throws over the middle, and that is dropped. Should have been caught. Instead, it's not. But the tight end, Ty Goins, over the middle. And it's 4th down.
Buhler will bring the punt unit on. 7:19 left to go, and it's going to have.
Season brought to you by Erickson Custom Building, by Nemabella's Salon Spa Boutique, by Reniger Agency, by Midway Motors, and by American Family Agent Sheila Metzger. Near the 43, it'll take a Buhler roll to the 40 and be downed there. Well, you need a quick stop here. You need to get the ball back in a hurry with 7:09 to play.
Maybe we can try to level out the turnover deficit that we're facing tonight, but be prepared. Mack is going to probably grab.
Team's been able to run the ball. Fetch works out of the shotgun.
Jeremy Gentry in on the stop for Buhler. With where the flag's thrown, it's probably going to be a hold on McPherson.
And the wise old coach once told me that you could call holding on every play if you.
10 yards from the previous spot.
Well, especially with how much they liberalized the use of hands by offensive linemen from before the turn of the century when we were on the field. But no, that
back to the 30. Pups going right to left, leading 12-3. 7:01 to go in the game. They'll put a receiver in motion. That's cuts back to the middle, and he's going to go to the house. And that might be the backbreaker. Touchdown, McPherson.
Yeah, Carlos German got to the edge that time and was able to take it to the house on a 70 of the entire game for either side.
3-play drive, 6:42 left here. And a 70-yard person will go for 2 without Hoover. He has not been out on the field in this. Is caught for the 2-point conversion on the far side by Gunnar Schumacher. 6:42 left on HKFM.
Hi, this is James with Idea Tech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and business. Our lightning fast internet with a customer first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on check availability. Or you can call us at 620.
Box lunches for local businesses, full service catering for banquets and weddings, and freezer meals for family dinner. Come see us at the Bakery House, just 1 block east.
With over 30 years of experience, you can trust Alphaland Surveys. Call 728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
It ain't over till there's zeros on the clock, but it's getting pretty dire out there. From the 35, 1st and 10. The offense has not been able to punch it in the end zone tonight. They've had a McPherson in the last 10 years has really dominated this matchup. Play action, Jeff to throw. And throws in coverage, caught and then dropped at the 45.
Fantastic play made by Corey Mueller. And yeah, Mack has just done a great job of taking what
And Mueller threw the intended target to the turf. Just chunked him to the ground, and we've got another injured player.
It's Goins the way he landed.
Tie is up.
He's a tough customer. Good to see him getting up and getting back to the huddle.
HKFM tomorrow. That is a 12:30 pregame, 1 o'clock kick for the Warriors from Avila tomorrow. 2 games left in the regular season. KU on the road in Ames tomorrow. And behind the target, Paisano incomplete, and it's 3rd down.
That time Buhler had some separation. Looked like the intended target didn't see the ball come out.
Yeah, Paisano looked like he was open, just couldn't find the football.
Maybe it was intended for McDaniel too, but yeah, no, it's
it was very quiet down on the sideline, boys.
Yeah, well, the crowd over here, I'm sure you can.
They're down in 10 at the 35. Trips left, Jeff out of the gun. Klaus to his left. Waits. Complete. That is Paisano slung to the turf at the 50 and a First National Bank first down right at midfield.
Falling upon us.
It ain't over till it's over.
Still time.
Yes, and 2 touchdowns is a doable thing.
First and 10 at the 50. Jeffrey out of the gun. Up at the 25-yard line, incomplete.
Going to have to be pretty one-dimensional here trying to throw the football, and McPherson knows it, so just going to have to be creative in ways of making.
Andover Central up now after 3, 28-14 over Abilene, and there's all kinds of flags. 20. Ball start on the Crusaders. That'll move it back 5 more yards. Back to the 45, where it'll be 2nd and 15.
Got another Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Central Plains' season comes to a close down in Coldwater against the South Central Timberwolves.
21-20 late in the third. Screen pass coming here. It is Klaus, breaks out of an ankle tackle, still on his feet at the 30. 35 has a first down, up across the 30. What a great play by this sophomore at the 30-yard line. How excited are you that we get to see this kid run for 2 more years?
No doubt, and I tell you what, there's still some hope in Mudville here for Buhler if we can somehow get a touchdown out of this drive.
First down at the 30. They move the chains. Jeffrey to throws.
Paisano with the catch.
Quentin Paisano with another catch. 5.5 minutes to go. Jeffrey out of the shotgun. 1st and 10, and another flag.
Tell you what, every officiating crew has their pet call that they like to call. These guys love to call the ends for not being lined up on the line of scrimmage.
I think these officials are going to go home with, you've heard of tennis elbow, right?
Yes.
Flag elbow.
Well, I do have some good news. Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Aquinas has taken out Miege 14-7.
And a final, here's Jeff out of the gun on 1st and long. Throw, caught. Out of bounds near the 13. It's Cash Carson along the Buhler sideline. Good spot, they'll mark him down at the 11. First catch of the night for Cash.
See if the Crusaders can get pay dirt here.
Go inside, 5 minutes to play on this drive. On this play right here, trips left. Jeff out of the shotgun. Inside 10 on the play clock when they snap it. Looking to the back of the end zone. That's the play as Jeff was hit at the end of that. That's the play where Carson made that beautiful catch diving out of bounds last week.
The clock on the incompletion, so clock going to start really being the enemy of the Crusaders.
5 minutes, 4 seconds to go. 22-3. McPherson, 2 touchdowns in the second half, 2 field goals in the first half. Up by a couple of scores here. Jeffrey out of the gun, play action territory, and this one might go all the way.
And who else other than Tegan Haynes?
Number 6, and that was the one that will do it. To the field this time. He is so good at anticipating and jumping those routes. And he's a linebacker.
Yes. Well, good hands and good eyes.
Linebackers hate being in coverage.
Yeah, he is a special player, and he is.
Oh, what a tough night it's been. Back of the end zone, that is batted incomplete. 4:47 to go. 26-3. McPherson with its second defensive touchdown of the night here from the Allen Champion.
Hutch, my husband and our staff will take the time to listen to your concerns and will give you the best options available for you and your family's needs. At the Dental Center in Hutch, we provide high quality, state-of-the-art dental care in our comfortable and newly renovated office.
For you and me, come see our dad, Dr. Gillespie.
Hey guys, how's practice going?
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away and you're only 4 years old.
How long before we can hit?
We still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So, Papa, it's going to take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan, you'll be good long before that. Just keep working hard. Most of all, have fun.
Lift the right way, the right way.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, here's the return. Second defensive score of the night 5th interception tonight. And you wouldn't believe me unless you saw it that I told you that they're all by the same guy, would you?
Yeah, Tegan Haynes. I mean, 5 picks in the game.
Out of the eye, they'll give it to the fullback who runs into one of his own guys. I think he ran into the back of Savoy on that play, and Braden's going to lose a yard back to the 20 for winter sports, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been we were talking about during the commercial break, a tough night for a lot of the teams across Ad Astra country.
The right side weaves his way through traffic for a First National Bank first down up to the 41-yard line. Nice run by Ben.
Yeah. Tough night. Trying to look up and figure out what the state record for interceptions in a single game is.
1st and 10, back to Klaus, and he'll get across the 50. And he's got another first down up to the 48-yard line. Keeps the sticks moving here late in the game, 3:34 to go. And a score of 36-3. December 2nd will be the opening night of the basketball season. Stops the clock with 3:15 to go.
Okay, here we go, gentlemen. The state record for an individual interceptions in a game. Lucas Fulton for Santa Fe Trail had 6 picks in a game back in 1997. So Tegan Haynes 1 pick away from tying the state record for an individual.
The ground with Klaus. And an inside handoff, not much there. He lost a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and long. Well, how you feeling about your Wildcats tomorrow? They've got a tall task, but man, this Big 12 this year has proved that anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Especially Mizzou.
Hey, that doesn't hurt me.
Well, it's been one of those things. Change that around tomorrow.
Fumbled snap, high formation. And a handoff right. No gain. It'll be 4th down. Boy, the schedules came out of the Big 12 for the next 4 years. It's really strange not to see Oklahoma or Texas anywhere on that schedule.
Well, I believe it's the first time since 1918 or 17 that K-State doesn't have one of them on their schedule.
2:06.
Turnover on downs. McPherson football.
46-yard line. It'll be a turnover on downs. Yeah, Oklahoma, of course, one of the early members, right, of the conference.
Yep.
The original Big Six.
Big Six. Can't remember if OU was in the original Big Six or not.
There are only 3 now left. Is that right? KU, K-State, and
Iowa State, I believe.
Is Iowa State the other one? So a turnover on downs, 1:58 to go, and McPherson is going to kneel here on 1st and 10.
Well, a tough way for the Crusaders to end the season. Had a lot of anticipation and hype coming into tonight's game.
In case you're wondering, the record for the Crusaders for most INTs in a game is 3. Steve Burkholder and Jake Reffner own that record together.
Yeah, 5 interceptions in the game. Just Tegan Haynes. Fantastic performance by him this evening.
Most guys won't have that in their career or in a season.
Yep.
.110 to play. From their own 43, they'll kneel it again. A lot of positive to take out of this year. This was a fun group to cover. A lot of them are coming back.
Yes, yes. Well, one of the things I guess need to definitely talk about those seniors. Kind of the tough thing about the end of the season game is there's bunch of young men on the field for Buhler that are playing their final snaps in their maroon and white. Nonetheless, a successful career. And
final kneel down, and that should do it. Tell you what, the biggest area where they really lose guys is on the offensive line. Savoy, Parsons, Hageman. All moving on. Is the final. McPherson has beaten Buhler for a second time this season. And for a third time in the series, for an 8th time in their last 9 meetings. They will move on, and they will be on the road, likely at Andover Central next Friday night. Jace Pavlovich has had this team for the last 5 years in the semifinals. They have yet to punch through to the state title game, though. Chris saying Bishop Miege on the east side got knocked out tonight.
Yes, Aquinas took them down.
Of course, Aquinas will be moving back to 5A next year. 26-3 as our seniors will walk off the field for the final time. And it's been a joy to watch them compete, and I certainly wish them the very best as they move on. 26-3, the final. Our Crusader Locker Room show begins next here on HKFM.
Football continues next with the Crusader Locker Room show. On the way, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's game, and we'll hear the post-game thoughts.
Trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson has been a family-owned and operated business since 1950 and a fourth-generation company. In today's world, that's unheard of. Keep your dollars in your community and choose us over the national chains. We have a large selection of Milwaukee, Klein, and Greenlee hand and power tools in stock. Our knowledgeable staff has years of electrical experience, unlike what you'll find at the big stores, someone just filling in from the lawn and garden department. Visit us in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Gust. My team and I at Gust Orthodontics would like to wish all the athletes the best call to set up a complimentary consultation. We will take the time to answer all of your questions and address each of your concerns so you feel confident and excited to begin your orthodontic journey with us at Gust Orthodontics. We always provide beautiful smiles, exceptional care.
Welcome to the Hutch Medicine Shop. The Medicine Shop carries thousands of prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, but we also feature homemade goods that are grown and made right here in Central Kansas. We call it Home Sweet Hutch. It's just one way the Medicine Shop can give back to our community. Jellies, pickles, beets, salsa, homemade candy, peanut brittle, and coffee are among the goodies available. Home Sweet Hutch, another way the Hutch Medicine Shop keeps it local.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, welcome back here, the Crusader Locker Room show, as we wrap up our final football broadcast of the year, and certainly not in the fashion that we wanted to. It was a fantastic first half display put on by our defense. Is really, you can't hang any of this. Defense gave up one play all night. That was the big run by German. Other than that, man, how many big stands did they have in this game?
Yeah, the defense, there's numerous times that they could have broke, but they didn't. And, yeah, it's just a night that, unfortunately, in football, turnovers kill, and we had more than McPherson this evening.
Yeah, certainly the turnovers end up being a huge part of this game. Give credit to Mac for adjusting their defense, and a lot of those big throws that were there for Jeff Neal in the first game were not there tonight. Mac did a great job in coverage and taking away those downfield routes.
Yeah, anytime we tried to stretch the field with a long route, there was always help over the top, and yeah, their defensive coordinator did a fantastic job from the last meeting to tonight.
I also thought it was impressive the way they were able to stop the run really with only 6 guys in the box, because they had guys deep. Every time that Bueller would send guys, there were 4 and 5 defensive backs back there. And so it wasn't like Bueller was playing one-on-one versus guys. Mac had guys spread out all over the field.
Field goals difference in the first half. Bueller actually led with a 27-yard Jeff Neal field goal, 8:34 to go in the second. And then 2 field goals by Blaze Hoover in the second quarter, including a 43-yarder with about 4 seconds to go before half. 6-3 at the half, but 2 defensive scores in the second half, and then the big run by German make the final score 26-3. Tegan Haynes with 5 INTs, 2 returned for touchdowns tonight. An impressive effort by him. Interesting, though, you wonder with Hoover, boy, McPherson fans got to hope that they just held him out for precaution because they don't have a kicker behind him. He's also probably their best wide receiver.
Yeah, he's an incredible playmaker and a competitor, and so, you hope that he's okay because, without your kicker, you think about, his field goals early gave them the lead and, gave him momentum, and he's been nails for them in field goals this year and last year for that matter. So, hopefully he's okay because, if he's out, and the Andover Central Abilene game came down to the wire, and so it's going to be an absolute dogfight next Friday down in Andover.
Andover Central, a passing team that has some speed on the outsides. That game with them back at the beginning of the year feels like an eternity ago.
It does. It does. It was hot and just feels like, you think about how much this team developed, got better. It's football season's a long season. People talk about basketball being a long season, but when you're starting practices in the middle of August, August was a long time ago. November to August, it's quite some time ago.
All right, well, a shout out to our seniors. We've got a few of them. Tavian Gilliam, two-way guy who just made some big catches during the year, and he was part of that very talented secondary. Mason Hurl, Dawson Valdoy, Jeff Neal, a 2-year starter at quarterback, Caden Schartz, Braden Gentry. Gosh darn, I'm going to miss watching that guy play.
Yeah, he ran the ball so hard. Anytime he touched it, he was going to fight, and they were going to have to, give every ounce of energy to try to get him on the deck. Defensively did such a good job just plugging up the middle.
Just made people pay for running the ball against him.
Yeah, on either side of the ball, offense or defense. If you dealt with Gentry,
100%.
You
remembered it.
Yes, you're going to feel it the next day.
And some of these linemen, Austin Savoy, Blake Hageman, Caden Smith, Lucas Anderson, Jordan Beckman. Several of those guys, I can think of Parsons and Hageman. Beckman got in some as well. They kind of got thrust, remember a couple of years ago, really last 2 years when we had so many injuries on the offensive line, and those guys kind of got thrust into the heat of the battle, and kudos to them. They worked their tails off then to really become a very good line this year. You've got to give them some credit. And then Ty Goins, another senior who had a really good year at tight end.
He did. He moved from center this year out to tight end, made a lot of big catches this year. And just a super neat kid. He's a kid I know off the field and just a stand-up kid. And just, that's the tough thing, just for all these seniors. They wanted to advance the season, wanted to continue to try to make a march to Topeka. And the thing about it, I'm sitting here next to my 4th grade son. These guys, this year did not just begin, in August. These guys have been playing organized football since, for some of them, for over a decade. And all the summer work. And, Matt, you're down here nodding your head because you've had a son go through the program. You have a freshman son. The commitment of time that these young men and coaching staff puts in, it's yeoman's work, and it's an incredible effort that they put in.
Yeah, years and years and years of practicing at Prairie Hills or behind the bus barn or all of those things. And, so many of these kids have heard terms like right C 44 lead a million times, right? And it's hard for those kids because this is the last time they'll ever lace it up, and you happy for them because they've had phenomenal careers, but also sad because it's an end of an era, right? And so there's a heaviness that goes along with it.
Something you don't realize until you have a kid in high school too who's in sports and other things. They're in band, they're in choir, they're in FFA, they're in debate and forensics, and they're doing all of these different things. And my freshman, I think it wore him out by the end of the soccer season, just being pulled in so many different directions and so many different responsibilities that they have.
Yeah, it really does. And something you can really kind of tip a cap to our seniors this year. There was good leadership across the board. The guys, I feel like really did a nice job of being, kids that the younger kids could look up to. And this group too, there's some years where kids are maybe fighting with each other. This was a group of kids who were really unified and wanted the season to continue.
It seemed like they liked playing with each other, right? They were in it for each other, and that makes a huge difference.
All right, well, we'll get to post-game thoughts from Coach Warner. Coach, I don't know how many of these we've done together now, but I never enjoy this, so this is never a fun conversation for us to have.
No, it's not fun. It's not fun to watching the seniors crying, and just didn't play real well on offense. Again, that's kind of been the nemesis a little bit throughout the year. We had several games where we scored some points, but just generating a lot of offense was tough for us this year. Defense played outstanding.
Yeah, I kind of lost track of how many big stops your defense had in the game to give you a chance. And, boy, so much heart there. Never quit down to the end. They were fantastic.
They really were. They gave us multiple opportunities to move the ball. And McPherson's defense we knew it, from game one, and then we were able to score 26 points on them. I thought that was pretty amazing. I really felt like we could do it, and I thought we should have scored 40 in that game. And I thought we could do it again, and we certainly did not.
Yeah, Tegan Haynes really dominated the game defensively for them. Not too often that we see a kid with a performance like he had out there.
We did the same thing to us in game one. From the linebacker position, he broke up game one, a fade to Quentin in the end zone, and I thought it was a free safety until I watched film, and it was Tegan from his middle linebacker position. And then tonight he has 2 pick sixes. An amazing athlete, a good young man. I coach first base on the baseball team, and the two of us talked for it's about 5 hours together standing there talking, and I talked to all the kids, and I talked to him a lot. I knew he was a good player then. I didn't realize he's as good as he is. He's an amazing player.
We're just talking about the character of your seniors this year and just how outstanding they have been and the time commitment not only they put into football but all of the activities that they're involved in. And really it's very demanding on them, and just but can't say enough about the young men that they are.
No, I agree 100% with you. They've been a great group. It's been fun to go to practice. We enjoy it. They've enjoyed it. They've been very coachable. They didn't want to have a losing season, and they worked hard not to have a losing season. And they came out, and we lost the first game, and they could have folded, but they didn't. They just kept working hard. And I even though we got beat pretty bad tonight, we still have a good football team, and we became a good team by the end of the year. And that's my measuring stick to see that we're doing a good job. But the kids having fun together. They enjoy playing together, and they definitely did not want it to be over.
How long do you give yourself as a coach, as a coaching staff, before you start, okay, how do we fix some of the things that and look forward? Do you give yourself some time? What does that process look like for you?
No, you don't know, not really. You start right away, because I'll watch this film and start thinking about ways to – I felt like we had a great offensive scheme going in. I mean, we made some tweaks. We did some things that we thought were going to hurt them, and things that hurt them in game one didn't. I mean, I felt like we had a great scheme. It's, we could not run the ball like we like to run the ball. We couldn't line up in the eye and run the ball on them. We did sure at the end of the game. As soon as we did it a couple of times, they just stacked the box again, and we couldn't block them. their linemen were too good, and so were their linebackers. But that's the frustrating part for us. When we can't be in the eye and dominate, that's what we like. And we did, we had success with it in game one with them at Riverfront, and I really felt like they wouldn't be able to stop us. But we had numerous turnovers. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 6, but I may be wrong.
5 on offense and 1 on special teams. So
6 turnovers, and they only scored 26 points. And 2 of them were pick sixes. So that tells you, again, how outstanding the defense was.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time as always. Let you get back to your guys. And thank you for your time and being gracious as always. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right, Coach Warner, you can Christopher, I know that you have been in that locker room when a season didn't end the way you wanted it to. And certainly not just tough on the kids, tough on the coaches who put in just hundreds of hours preparing for a season and for each game.
Yeah, the thing that you always really the hardest thing to me when I was a high school coach, when you have that last game, I'd tell the guys, I wish this was like the NFL, where I could work with somebody for like 10 years. At the high school level, you basically, Coach Warner gets them for 3 years. The freshmen get to play a little bit at the end of the freshman year, but basically, he comes and watches them when they're in, works with them in youth camp and whatnot, but basically gets 3 good years to work with them, and then they're gone, and they're a big part of your lives together, working together. And the thing about it, too, all the young men that were together this year, that's the last time that collection of people will be in the same room working for the same goal for the rest of their lives. And that's something that's always kind of just bittersweet, just knowing that that's the last time that they'll ever all be working together for one thing. And Coach Warner talked about it. The coaches, people talk about time off. He's going to go home and watch that film tonight and agonize over it. And you have a win, you sit there and you critique yourself a little bit, but you get ready for the next week. When you have a loss, especially the season-ending loss, you sit there and just analyze, and start really looking at, okay, what guys are leaving? How are we going to move these pieces around next year to try to be ready? And a team has to be reborn every single year, and so that process, believe it or not, even though September of 2024 is a long time from now, they're going to be working on it this weekend. And we're blessed at Buhler to have a staff that works as hard and is committed, and hence why they've been so successful for all these years.
Well, good stuff, fellas. We'll get ready for basketball on December 2nd. I got to talk to Coach Bryant tonight. He said, "Did you miss me?" I said, "Of course I did, Coach." Speaking of outstanding guys, real good character guys, Coach Bryant, and we'll look forward to the basketball season coming up. We'll come back, final stats, our player of the game, and wrap up the broadcast right after this.
The Room Show is next. Stay tuned as we bring you final stats and name tonight's player of the game. Stream Crusader football on your smartphone with the Ad Astra Radio app. 95.9 HKFM.
Nearly all banks offer online banking and a user-friendly banking app. How would you like those same modern conveniences from a locally owned bank? Hi, this is Serena with Prairie Bank of Kansas. At Prairie Bank, we have local tech support at our locations, and we actually answer the phone right here. Stop by and see us at our Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson branches today, or check us out at prairiebankks.com. Member FDIC. Prairie Bank of Kansas. How banking should be.
When it comes to protecting your family, having ease of mind that your personal property and belongings are properly insured are priceless. Hi, this is Jody Elliott Bowen with Pro Value Insurance. Our team is here to ensure all your personal insurance needs are met for home, auto, life, and everything in between. Call us today at 800-362-2104 and let us help you find the right coverage that matches your needs. Pro Value Insurance is proud to offer several insurance companies, including Nationwide.
If you're looking for a late start in college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
I'm Jessica Shank. My husband, Chris Shank, is running for Buhler USD School Board, and if elected, will do his very best to serve the students, teachers, and families of the Buhler District. I encourage you to vote for Chris Shank on November 7th.
Paid for by Chris Shank, serving Buhler. Blair Siemens, Treasurer.
Get the key. Self-storage now open. South Hutchinson has so free 24/7. AC, RV, and boats, and lockers, and units, and secure video surveillance, and online at gtkss.com.
Why shop for meat anywhere else when you can shop locally at Jackson Meat? Quality meats, reasonable prices, and exceptional customer service. Save with our weekly specials and meat bundle packages.
Experience the difference at Jackson Meat.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, back here to wrap things up on our Crusader locker room show, and get you our Wifco Steel Products Man of Steel tonight, from storage tanks and steel walkways to stairways and platforms. Wifco Steel Products, the expert in steel fabrication, online at wifcosp.com. And one final time, we'll call the name of our middle linebacker, Braden Gentry, who did have an interception tonight that set Bueller up in the red zone, and just so steady Eddie out there making great plays.
And you think about it, he had one of the longest runs of the evening too. So yeah, just a kid that you just are sad for all these seniors. You're never going to get to see him play a football game again. He's one of those guys that just brought effort every single night and brought the pain.
Yeah, and I love watching him hit. I know other quarterbacks don't, but I sure did.
I told you that in the pregame. I asked the guys who's the hardest hitter on the team, and they all unanimously said Braden Gentry.
In rather unshocking fashion.
Well, and the funny thing about it, too, I mean, I was at a Halloween party. I was talking with Assistant Superintendent Paul Erickson about guys that hit us hard when we're in their 40s. Gentry will be one of those guys when these guys are in their 40s talking about, man, remember how hard so-and-so hit?
Oh, yeah.
And it'll definitely be that way.
100%.
So good stuff. Braden Gentry, our Wifco Steel Products Man of Steel tonight. Crusader football coverage brought to you in part by Prairie Star Health Center, by Andrew Parr, Allstate Insurance Agent, by I Need a Cleaners, and by Service Plus Electrical, also by U.S. Cellular. I mentioned I talked to Coach Bryant tonight. I said, how are we going to be on the basketball floor this year, Coach? He kind of gave me a wry smile, like, well, we're going to be fun. That was his word.
Well, the crazy thing about it, too, we're less than a month away from basketball start. I mean, from practice, it'll be here before you know it, and then the games. It's just crazy how quick the year flies. And
they're going to be small is what they're going to be.
Yes.
Guard.
Press into the old, what was it, Nolan Richardson, 40 minutes of heck.
Yes.
And just play fast. And
guard-oriented, that is for sure. They've got a couple of young guys that people are excited about.
You remember back in the day when we used to do Winfield girls, it was Coach Vin John, and their offense was just chuck up as many threes as you could get up in 32 minutes.
It's kind of like a scramble drill.
Yeah,
It's
just chuck it up.
Whoever gets down the court first, shoot, and hope it goes in. That'll be December 2nd. Of course, we'll get started in swimming and in wrestling. New wrestling coach this year comes in. Coach Mullen is going to take over. So, then what's the other sport I'm trying to think of? Help me. Bowling.
Well, you got, yep.
We've got bowling, too. All of that is coming up in the winter. Well, waiting our final stats, we'll take one final break and wrap it up right after this. Maybe. Anybody know a funny joke? I think it locked up on me. So.
Oh, no. Computer's ready to call it a season there as well. Well, something we can talk about just, while you're getting that reloaded. The successful fall, for Bueller overall, cross-country winning the state title this year. Band taking third at the state KBA competition here a couple weeks ago. Tennis had a good run. It's one of those things that it's just hard to believe that the final fall sport just got wrapped up here this evening for Bueller this evening.
All right, I think we're fixed. We'll take a timeout. Come back with those final stats right after this.
The Bueller Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM. Join Aaron West and Chris Shank Friday nights, beginning with pregame at 6:30. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra Radio app.
Hey folks, this is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. Farmers, would you like to have your farm and personal insurance handled all by the one agency? At Ag 360 Insurance, we can handle it all with one agent. We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about your insurance needs. Feel free to stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
Hut Truck is your community recreation provider. We're passionate in bringing healthy living opportunities through our youth and adult sports, wellness and fitness classes, and several of our community events and races. We're also your community spirit provider, offering endless recreational opportunities at Dilla Nature Center, Senior Center at Elmdale Park, the Sports Arena, plus Hut Truck downtown. See all of the community spirit and healthy living opportunities Hut Truck provides your community at huttruck.com and on our Hut Truck Facebook page.
Are you building a house?
A swimming pool?
Are your lights flickering?
Call Schmidt Electric.
That's Schmidt Electric. 620-960-6755. Schmidt Electric will take care of all your electrical needs.
Got Spock?
First National Bank is always open. We've made it easier than ever to conduct your banking from your smartphone, tablet, or laptop. Download our app and log right in, or head to our website at fnbhutch.bank. Apply for a loan or open an account over your lunch break or from the comfort of home. Electronic banking everywhere you are. Get started at fnbhutch.bank. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Crusader football on HKFM.
That's the wrong button, Andrew.
Hey.
One final time back here from Crusader Stadium as we wrap up our broadcast tonight. McPherson wins it 26-3, and Andrew Epp has a look at our final stats.
Yeah, after the halftime score of 6-3, McPherson with the advantage. They scored 20 unanswered in the second half to take this one 26-3. Not as close as the first matchup between the two teams. And I want to point out very first, I've never given a player's stats before I give all the other team stats since I've been doing this with you. But number 6 for McPherson, Tegan Haynes. He was a man out there tonight. 6 tackles, 5 interceptions. 5 interceptions by himself. 2 of those were pick sixes, 31 yards, and then the 95-yarder in the fourth quarter. Also, offensively, he did have 1 reception for 30 yards in the first half. So Tegan Haynes for McPherson is your stat stuffer tonight. Turnovers, another key stat here. McPherson 2, Buhler 7. 7 turnovers for the Crusaders. It's going to be tough to win any game. Total yards, pretty even. McPherson 49 plays for 276. Buhler 70 plays for 236 yards total. Rushing, McPherson had 19 carries for 108 yards. Number 22, Carlos German, was their leading rusher with 9 attempts for 80. And that includes that 70-yard touchdown. So not much on the ground aside from that for the Bullpups. And that 70-yarder went for the only offensive touchdown in the game today as well. Buhler, 33 rushes for 86 yards. That is less than 3 yards a carry for the Crusaders. Ben Klaus, 13 rushing attempts for 42 yards and 3.2 yards per carry for Ben today. And then Braden Gentry, actually the leading rusher for the Crusaders, the fullback, number 30. 7 carries for 46 yards. That's a 6.6 yard per carry average for Braden. Through the air, McPherson, number 11, Owen Fetch, the quarterback, 14 for 30 with 168 and 1 interception. Now, Jeffrey Neal for the Crusaders also threw for 168 yards. He was 13 for 37, but the key difference is he had 6 interceptions. Jeffrey Neal, 13 for 37, 168 yards, 6 interceptions. Neither quarterback threw a touchdown today. Receiving for Buhler, Quentin Pisano led the way with 6 catches for 72 yards. He was the leading receiver in the game. And number 20, Blaze Hoover for McPherson, was their leading receiver with 3 catches for 67 yards. And he was number 20, Blaze Hoover, also defensively had 1 interception. He kicked 2 for 2 on field goals with a long of 43. He had 2 kickoffs, both of them touchbacks, and 3 punts for a 25.3 yard average. And that was all in the first half before getting hurt on one of the last plays of the first half. So good line also there from number 20, Blaze Hoover for McPherson. Penalties, fairly even. 10 penalties for McPherson for 65 yards. Buhler, 7 penalties for 55. And then third downs, again, this is defensive ball. So not a whole lot going for either team on third down. McPherson just 2 for 12. Buhler just 3 for 17. Both teams 0 for 2 on fourth down. And other than that, the defense was the key for both teams today. But just more plays made by McPherson, especially number 6, Tegan Haynes. And if I'm correct, he was the guy that got the game-winning field goal block at the end of the first matchup. And then today he said, I'm going to top that with 6 tackles, 5 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, and then 1 reception offensively for 30 yards. So he was definitely the difference maker in this game. Unfortunately, he wears the McPherson jersey.
1 pick shy of the tying the state record.
Oh, good. I'm glad you looked that up.
Just so you know.
Hey, Aaron, thank you for letting me do this.
Hey, thanks, man. We appreciate it all year. Great job.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Appreciate your numbers, and we'll see you in basketball, pal. I'm sure you'll be at.
I'm ready.
You'll be around.
I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready today.
Can I have a couple of weeks off?
Can we? Is there any chance we can play Mac first? Is that a bad idea?
We do play him before Christmas, but not first.
It's since I was before I even put a high school jersey on. It was always been a huge rivalry, and I'm glad it's still alive and healthy. I played in a lot of McPherson Buhler games. I don't like how these went. I don't like how soccer went the other night.
You fouled a lot, didn't you? You just look like a guy that would foul a lot.
I was very nice when I played. I probably should have fouled more. But yeah, hats off to McPherson. They have a lot of grown men plays out there. A lot of guys that can make grown men plays. So.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's give you our Dix Phillips 66 Phillip stat of the game. Phillip on top-tier gasoline, snacks, and more at Dix Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens and Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 66. The 7 turnovers tonight. Hard to look past that. 6 picks by Tegan Haynes and 2 returned for touchdowns in our Dix Phillips 66 Phillip stat of the game. Our final look at the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard as we wrap up our broadcast. Mays beat Liberal tonight 35-26. Wellington over Coffeyville 27-20. Andover beat Scott City 44-8. Andover Central beat Abilene 28-21. So McPherson will travel to Andover Central next Friday. Wichita Capon beat Great Bend tonight 36-34. Chase County beat Moundridge 36-26. It was Mays South coming from behind to beat Hutchinson 21-20. Collegiate beat Rock Creek 47-28. Goddard Eisenhower beat Hayes tonight 41-7. Derby over Lawrence 48-6. Medicine Lodge beat Trinity Catholic 17-14. St. Thomas Aquinas over Bishop Miege 14-7. Marion beat Smith Center 38-14. Wamego wins big tonight over Rose Hill 42-14. So Wamego, the top seed in the West, is moving on as they win big tonight. May try and find just a couple of other scores for you as we wrap up the broadcast. Ellsworth beat Garden Plain tonight, 34-31. Southeast of Saline over Kingman, 36-28. Cheney beat Holcomb, 37-8. So those are some final scores on the broadcast tonight. That's going to wrap it up for our coverage of Crusader football for this 2023 season. And we'll look forward to being with you in the basketball season coming up beginning December 2nd. Reminder, check out our musical coming up next week, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday at the BHS Auditorium as our kids put on You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, beginning Thursday night. Hope to see you there. Hope to see you down the road in the Fieldhouse, actually. We'll be back in the Fieldhouse for basketball coming up in about a month. Thank you to all of our sponsors, as always, who do a great job of supporting us. Thank you to the administration, to Mr. Sizer and his group for all that they do for us. Thank you to the coaches and the kids, all the kids that we've got to have on our player profile this year. It's been a fun ride. Thanks as well to my broadcasting crew, Christopher and Matthew down on the sidelines. T, good job this year. Appreciate you. And Mr. Epp.
Yes, sir.
Always look forward to our conversations, my friend. Buddy, thank you.
Yes, well, we want to thank you all for listening all season long, all the kind words and research. You know, there's always a bevy of people texting us stuff through the games with stats or information. And also, ultimately, want to thank all the sponsors. I know we talk about them, but anybody that you hear on these broadcasts and you have any friends at any of these businesses, make sure you go and tell them thank you for bringing Bueller Sports on the radio, because all of this would not take place without those sponsors that generously purchase advertising to help put the Crusaders on the radio, and they're the guys that make it happen. But no, Aaron, like you said, thank you to to Tucker and Andrew Epp and yourself and Rock and Heath Schroeder at the studios and Matt Atherton down on the sidelines. And
the fun part of it too is the relationships, just getting to know the families, and people give us cookies and stuff all year, and the kind words that they say. I know there are a lot of dads that have their headphones with them at the games, and so it keeps us on our toes.
Yes. If we call the wrong number, people are going to let us know. But
but it's a ton of fun.
No, it is, and we appreciate the support and the opportunity to get to call them. Just like those players do a lot of work to try to get these Friday nights. There's a lot of work that goes into. Well, I'll brag on you for a second, Aaron. Your spotting charts. I was showing them off to a parent earlier tonight, and just the amount of work you do in preparing for these games.
Well, I always feel like the amount of work that these kids put into each game, that they deserve our best too. And so making sure that for me, for most of these kids, once they're gone from here, they don't ever put the uniform on again. And so making them a big deal is a big deal.
Oh, yeah. Well, and ultimately, the thing I love about high school sports is just there's all these negative things. At any given time, there's bad news happening all over the world, sad things happening. It's fun to get to see positive things, seeing the community come together in these Friday nights, and all the kids that participate in all the parts of make a Friday night happen, the band, the cheerleaders, the students that come out. No, it's fun to be a part of the Bueller community and get to see everybody on these Friday nights.
All right, man, we'll see you on December 2nd.
Yes.
It'll be here before you know it.
It'll be fun. Looking forward to it, Aaron.
All right, that's going to wrap up our broadcast. Hope all of you have a great weekend. We'll see you in the basketball season coming up soon. For Chris Shank, Matt Atherton, Andrew Epp, and Tucker and the crew at the Crusader Sports Network, thank you all for a great season. We'll see you soon. You've been listening to Crusader Football here on HKFM.
Chrysler Dodge Jeep.